All right, welcome back. So I was just gingerly on my Sunday afternoon cruise, just But again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to Korra Obidi as well. I was just cruising on the internet on Instagram page, and I saw something. So earlier, Osarugwe Ojo says, who is Akothee? We're going to talk about her in a second. And she's a Kenyan artist. Thank you, Ses Moore. She's a Kenyan artist with a very colorful past, but she has overcome a lot of obstacles. She is now wealthy. Wow, that's awesome. So I actually see a story here that I want to read about Akothee, and then we'll see the link. She tried to advise. She tried to advise Korra about 16 hours ago. I first saw it posted by Tunde Enoch, then I discovered her. Let me see, did I follow her yet? Let me follow her. Alright, so, and then I'm like, oh wow, she has like 3.5 million monitoring spirits of her own. I guess she can speak to this kind of stuff. So I have a story here on something called the standardmedia.co.ke. I guess it's a Kenya website. The Standard since 1902. I think it's a news channel. So it's a little bit of this was posted 9 years ago. Okay, so what I'm reading is the old story, but to bring you up to speed with who Akothee is. I was married at 14, according to her. Let me see, I'll show you. I was married at 14 and dumped with 4 kids. Musician Esther Akothee. Okay. She shops. Hold on one second. All right, there you go. She shops in the most fashionable stores in Europe. This was as far back as 9 years ago. So if you say she's wealthy, I believe that. She shops in the most fashionable stores in Europe, drives flashy cars, and is rumored to be shopping for a jet. She has 3 homes in Mombasa, Nairobi, Nyanza. That all sounds like they're in Kenya. That I know Nairobi is in Kenya. That is besides a luxury apartment complex in North Coast and a 4-bedroom pad in Zurich, Switzerland. She is booked to perform at a private event during a Grand Prix motor show in Monte Carlo, Monaco, and will charge a reported $20,000. Some 1.7 million. I don't know what that currency is. Help me. But musician Esther Akothee, famously known as Akothee, who now has a local and overseas manager, was once a taxi driver. Okay, she says she's 43 years old now. Google says 41. I don't know who's telling the truth. However, I think I'll go with what she said. 43 years old. She was once a taxi driver, desperate with 4 kids to feed. Akothee had to survive. It was tough being a single mother. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We separated with my then husband and the father of my kids after he was involved in an extramarital affair. That was in 2006, she told the Nairobian. Job hunting was tough, and when she landed the taxi driver business, she could not turn down the offer. She was making between 3,000 and 4,000 per day. I don't know what is. SH. Is that some kind of Zurich shilling or Switzerland currency, something like that? Anyway, I don't know if she lives in Switzerland or Kenya. I don't know yet. I'm just going along with you guys as we go. The job turned out to be her greatest blessing in disguise. Again, remember what we're talking about is that Akothee advised Korra Obidi and instantly regrets it. Okay, we're gonna get there. A client who was a French diplomat boarded the taxi and was impressed by this young woman taxi driver unsuccessfully trying to hide the stain of milk oozing all over her bosom. Jesus, that's tough. He could not hide his curiosity and wanted to know whether she had a breastfeeding baby. That was in mid-2008. Oh, it means Kenya shillings. Oh, I'm kind of close. All right. Thank you. Do they still spend Kenya shillings? Let me know. By the way, Kenya is one of the places I want to visit. My wife and I want to visit. Hopefully sooner than later. And I quote, I had just had my fourth born, and I told him the truth. He sympathized with me, recalls Akothee. The man took her number and invited himself to her place a few days later to confirm if Akothee was a lactating taxi driver. Why is this thing moving now? Lactating taxi driver or okay, and a mother of four. I introduced myself to my family. I introduced him to my family, and in return, he invited us for a visit to West Africa where he was working. And as they say, the rest is history. Wait, he invited all the children, I guess, to West Africa where he was working, and as they say, the rest is history, says Akothee, whose new release has the lyrics, Bolingo na ngai Akothee nwasi kitoko. I love you, beautiful Akothee. That's what that means. Okay, I tried. Akothee admits the diplomat took her life to decent financial heights. It so happened that the man whom she refused to name offered to expand her taxi fleet, and she seized the opportunity to expand into tour operation business. At the same time, Akothee managed to open up bar, the Stump 196 in Shanzu. And I quote, he promptly bought her a van, which was the first in my Akothee tours and safaris, she says. However, after relocating to Switzerland, she realized that the promised marriage was not forthcoming and had to leave the country when she was 9 months pregnant. Wait, he promised her marriage? Did I miss that part of the story? When did I miss that part of the story? Okay, I guess there was a promised marriage, okay? He was a bit weird, and I felt he was not going to be a good father to my kids. Oh, this is the guy that helped. We were not legally married, hence it was not a complicated breakup, he says. Akothee came back to Kenya, determined to start her life afresh. That is when she began her music career, which she says was her first passion. Most of her music videos are trending on YouTube. She maintains that music was her first passion. Her music that features heavy kanongo beats are also ruling the airwaves on local radio stations besides a busy schedule of performances outside Kenya. The musician who singles out Yondo sisters as her role model can dance sukus, into which she blends cha-cha with a heavy dose of twerking. Okay, twerk, to guarantee an electrified audience. And I quote, I used to perform for free at Mombasa go-karting until I was invited to entertain at a private party by foreigners who were booked in one of the hotels in North Coast. They were rumored to be English royals, and they paid me handsomely for the performance, says Akothee, recalling instances when she turned down numerous offers to appear as a dancer while performing in Europe. They came to me and said that I had the perfect body and could make tons of dough, but I flatly refused. I am content with what I have, she said, adding that her rich boyfriend is comfortable with her side hustle because they have a relationship based on a trust. Besides, my principles do not allow me to doing anything shameful like selling my body or indecent for the sake of money. I believe we can turn around women's pitiable existences if we empower them so they don't depend on their husbands for everything. I should know. I was married at 14 and left with 3 kids, she says. Akothee conducts talent searches in her home village that invites winners to perform with her. Apart from music, she is an agripreneur. Okay, sounds like agriculture. All right, let me come back to the chat. So if you don't know who Akothee is, that's a little glimpse into her life and how she came into today's story. Let's see. She has about 2 white baby daddies that have given her a hard time about custody of her kids. She has struggled in life. Okay, so she can relate with Korra already, right? So it makes sense that she will attempt to not just advise Korra, but also misspell her name. You see the spelling on that thumbnail? That was intentional. That was one of the corrections. One of the first things she regrets, misspelling her name. Anyway, she last year married a Swedish man, and the relationship did not last long. He's purported to have hidden his xenophrenia and shoulder shege during honeymoon. Jesus. I think it's Kenya Shinley. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for that one. It means my love, Akothee, very beautiful woman. Says more, are you Kenyan? It is in Lingala language from Congo. How do you know all of this? White men are better than Africans. Why 2 failed marriages to white men? It's okay. But Ben, some of us can read your sarcasm in your text. Not everybody can read it. Not to welcome. Okupen, please, today is Sunday, I beg. I resemble diplomat for mixed race marriage. I don't know those ones, please. Wala. She also owns a safari tour company. Yes, she made mention of that. To who have ears, let them hear. Only small percentage of white men will treat you right if you are a woman of color. Last, many African women married to white men regret the move. I don't know, do you, in this capacity, if you fall in love with a white person, knock yourself out? The only thing I should just implore you is that don't expect that they are better than black people. Don't do that to yourself. You hurt yourself, okay? Like the rest of us, you need to learn how marriages work. You need to have some specific set of skills to make marriage work, especially 2024 and beyond. You're not going to wing things along like the people of the past did and they got away with it. The more we move into the future, the more people are not getting away with it. People are divorcing literally 3 months into a marriage. More now because they're like, whoa, wait, this is not, yes. Because people actually have the choice. They have the options of divorcing. If somehow what they end up doing is they blame the other partner and they never own up or hold themselves accountable for not knowing what they're doing. Okay, most people simply don't know what they're doing. They don't have the skills. Okay, the same thing is applicable for marrying a white person or a black person. The only thing is if you marry somebody across race or religion or across culture, that's just additional layers of friction you have to deal with. Okay, or you're swimming against the trend. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that hopefully you're aware that that's additional layers of friction that will happen that you have to deal with. And no, you're not going to see this friction before the marriage. You will see it inside the marriage. That's just how it works. All right. So keep that at the back of your mind. All right. So now that we've talked about that, what happened today? Kilo shele go no. How did we end up in this predicament of this topic today? So Auntie Akothee Kenya, about 16 hours, decided to take to her social media page. All right. She has about, let me show you. She has about 3.5 million monitoring spirits. Okay. You can see her page here. It says CEO Akothee Safaris, CEO Akothee Foundation, marketing consultant. That makes sense. Okay. I am a marketing consultant. For bookings, inquiries, blah, blah, blah. If you want to support her, she's that person. And she decided to do this post, but let's see some other things here. That's Akothee right there, if you're wondering. Okay, she's also doing It Is Not Me challenge. It is the person at the last part of the line. I don't know what anybody challenge is. She's also doing that. Okay, these are children. You can see some mixed children. Okay, she got children. Okay, she got 4 kids, I guess. All right, so... And okay, that's her. I don't know. She looks like somebody mentioned Shua's name. What's the other name? Shua something. I forgot the other name. Somebody mentioned. All these girls look alike to me. Okay, no disrespect. Okay. Now, what? Okay, all right. Let's keep it moving. All right. So she's a CEO. She's doing very well for herself. A lot of foundational stuff post. All right, that's good for her. That is good for her. Now this person, as much as we like to make a big deal out of some of this marriage stuff, honestly what it comes down to is, are you living your purpose in life? That's really what it comes down to. You don't get that. Let's see. Let's keep going. All right, she got some posts here. She's done well for herself. Okay, as for someone with that kind of story, right? All right, but let's get back to the topic. So she decided to post this particular post. I saw it first on, let me see if I can trace it. I saw it first on, because I would like to also go through some of the comments. Okay, the comments will tell us a lot, you know. The comments is where you really know the mindset of a lot of people, so we can also address it. So Tunde Ednot, Mazi Tunde Ednot, posted it earlier on. Tunde Ednot himself has 4.2 million followers. He also gets dragged every now and then. So this was, Tunde Ednot posted it 3 hours ago and said, hey, I said, advice to Korra and her ex-husband from elder sister and her and a mother. Okay, so as I read through, I see there's a link here. I was like, okay, all right, let's talk about it. All right, let's look at what they're saying. So then I landed on her page, and lo and behold, she has the post there. So this is what it says, Korra, and she did misspell it with one R. The Koreans are not going to appreciate misspelling her name. Okay. I didn't mean to misspell it. For the Koreans that may be here right now, shout out to you all. Happy Mother's Day to Korra and yourselves. Okay. All right. So I didn't mean to misspell. I'm trying to make a point. You see how I underlined the R on the screen right there, right? So, but let's get into what we're talking about. I've been getting into it for like 10 minutes. I know. This is the Prestige family. We take our time. Welcome aboard. Anyway, so let's read. Korra and Justin, be parents to your children and stop this Yokozuna drama. What is Yokozuna? The last time I checked, Yokozuna was the name of a wrestler back in the 90s. Is that person still exist? Anyway, maybe Yokozuna carry another meaning. Please help me. She says Korra is a dancer who went viral because of her flexibility and could still dance at 9 months. The support and the couple goals they shared with her husband, they built a certain emotional relationship with their fan base. Can we agree? We have the Koreans, right? We also have the Justinians today, right? Justinians has his own fans too, right? Justinians like, hello, Justinians. They're there too, right? They introduced their whole life, including giving birth, right on social media. Their children are being raised on social media. But unfortunately, like any other relationship, they broke up with a heartbreak emoji. The only problem I have is that, why are they both this toxic? Hello? Is that hello or hello? What's that? I don't know what that is. But anyway, one person must be sober, or else this thing happening between the two is death. All right? I see where she's going with that. All right? Somebody should be calm, Abi. Both of you cannot be doing basketballs forever. If you're doing basketballs forever, she's right. You know, you're basically asking for what you're not cooking. This kind of push and pull and living someone else's life is bullshit. Justin, I am a single mother of 5 children. Jesus, 5 children? I stand to be corrected. I thought it was 4. 5 children. She probably has like about 3 baby daddies, I think. Because she had 3 with the first one that she was married to at 14. And I think from the sound of things, she might have had 2 more baby daddies since then. All right, let's keep going. 5 children from different relationships. And I am much older than Korra. How old is Korra? Korra is no less than 35 though, right? 43 to 35. I wouldn't make that a point of content. Like I wouldn't make that a big deal. But anyway, to each his own. Nigerian people especially, Shoma Ijibini. I would ask you in the name of God to leave this girl alone. Okay. And for Korra, stop this bullshit. She will swallow your tongue. My daughter. She's got daughter. Men are not emotionally attached to children. I don't say they don't love their children, but the pain you feel while fighting for the children is double that of a man. Okay, all right. Now, I'll say this. To that point, right? My experience, I agree with her. My personal experience, okay? But I wouldn't use the phrase emotionally attached. I am emotionally attached to my kids, okay? In terms of how that reflects on the surface, no, it's not the same thing. She's a woman, for crying out loud. And yes, if that's what you're using to read emotional attachment, I guess you're right. But if you ask me if I'm emotionally attached to my children, hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Now, in addition to that, I can't speak for other men. Maybe other men feel completely emotionally disconnected from their children. I don't know. But for me, that would not be true for me. And I know that that's not true. You guys saw my father here when he was a guest. That's not true for our relationship either. He's very much emotionally attached to me and my brother. And, even beyond, So I would just say, I get where she's going with that. A mother's love is completely different from a father's love. I think that's the point she's trying to make. But also, I can't speak for other men. Maybe other men completely feel detached. Maybe you've had experience with other men that just don't seem connected to their children like that at all. Maybe the way you're measuring attachment is that they don't wake up to shower the babies in the morning. I don't know how you're measuring that, so I'll leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. Anyway. So she goes, I agree with the pain that she feels is double that of a man. No, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't know what that means. I'm not a woman. But I get where she's going. Let's keep going. If I were you, I would try to make peace. She's talking to Korra now. If I were you, I would try to make peace. See, Justin has now deharmed you. That's men. Okay. All right, I get where she's going there. By shutting off all the videos on the internet, I guess, and using the quotes and just eating nya on the internet. Okay, granted. My baby daddy also told me he doesn't want to see any man post photos with his son. I see that, but what kind of men are you guys dating? Oh my God, these people are children. Anyway, there are many men like that out there. I think it's a territorial thing. It's a territorial thing. But let's keep going. She said it's a man thing, but it has no weight. Okay, when she said it has no weight, that's a choice that she made, and that's a very smart and wise way to see life. See, the events of life, you actually have the power to attach meanings to them, or assign weight to them, right? And I think that's very wise that she's doing that, because if you don't assign weight, then you're basically winging things along and hoping that you won't feel some type of way. You will feel some type of way, because there's a way you're pre-programmed in terms of what weight you're going to assign to certain things you might consider to be insult, things you need to react or retaliate with, when you can actually make a choice and say, that one is, I'm just going to leave that alone. I have bigger fishes to fry, right? It's a choice, okay? Nonetheless, it's not an easy choice, because a lot of people are pre-programmed to operate from their coconut head standpoint. Let's keep going. He's just reminding you that he has shares and say over his children. Oh yes, he contributed. She's like, oh yes, he contributed. You better get it together. Again, Korra, misspelled Korra again. I'm not instigating, it's just misspelled, okay? You'll see why I'm saying that in a second. If you expect Justin to take half responsibilities of the children, he has the right to dictate, that will only come from a Kenyan woman. Let's keep going. He has the right to dictate how he wants his children handled. Handled? What do you mean? Anyway, let's keep going. Somebody's getting triggered right now. Some Koreans are getting triggered already, I can see. Whether it's malicious, bitter, or genuine, you can take this to the bank. I find both of you very toxic on this parenting issue. I agree with her on that, by the way. And it looks like both of you need help. I agree with her, of course, but she's getting help from the public, I mean, listen, if they don't hit rock bottom, they're not going to listen. Have I said that before? They're not going to listen. Especially when they have listening ears. We're talking millions upon millions of listening ears. Oftentimes, as human beings, what we really need is somebody to hear us out. And it's a short-term fix, but I'll get another short-term fix tomorrow. Like, tomorrow I get another shot, right? Until we self-destruct, of course. Let's keep going. So, let's keep going. She said, I find both of you toxic on this parenting issue, and it looks like both of you need help. I swear you both were never friends. You were dating your enemies. Both of you were sleeping with an enemy. I disagree with that. What it turns out to be, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't have the necessary skill set and you go through divorce thinking you're running away from your problem, it's like your shadow. It follows you everywhere you go. It doesn't matter if you guys were friends before. Even if you were friends, actually make it worse, because you always wonder, like, I can't believe that I ever thought you were my friend. It makes the resentment even worse. So I disagree with her on that. Anybody can end up in this situation. It's even worse when you were really friends. So you have to not think friendship as a fall out of the sky thing. It's a skill set. So when I preach you should be friends, I'm teaching you from a standpoint of it's a skill. You should understand that, yes, you were friends naturally, but you're going to hurt each other, right? But now you're going to be intentional in making sure you nurture that friendship, because that friendship, you will find it that you have to fall back on it a lot of times. Let's keep going. Anyway, you were dating your enemies. Both of you were sleeping. I'm coming to the chat very soon, so please drop your comments in the chat. Korra, I am 43, and my baby daddy still makes me cry. Ouch. I feel sorry for that. My son is 15. My other son just turned 11. Up until yesterday, I still burst into tears. This co-parenting needs maturity, patience, and understanding. I agree 100%. Not thorax. What is thorax? That sounds like a medicine. Wait, you're asking for financial support from fans to support a legal case? Fans are not your family. As a celebrity, let me see if there's a continuation somewhere. I can see the rest of it, okay? As a celebrity, they look on... Okay, let me see if the rest of it is on Tunde Ednut. Okay, that's where Tunde Ednut ended it too. Okay. All right, let me come to the chat. Because, listen, the chat has gone to another level. Let me see how far. How far did we go? Okay, not bad. Let's talk about it. Welcome everybody. Hit the like button. Share. Subscribe. We have a lot to talk about. We're at the top of the hour right now. Okay, so Akothee has been dragged by Kenyans for years, but she is one tough lady. Really? What's going on, Adewale? Welcome. Koreans Bawo, is that what Korra fans call themselves? Yes, they're called the Koreans. Yes. Korra keeps ignoring, but he just wouldn't stop. It's such a difficult situation. That's sad. Now, I think all of this over the past week started, correct me if I'm wrong, when the London attack happened, right? And then he decided to chime in indirectly. He was throwing shots. I think he said something to the effect of some people would just make up news they would just try to get attention by any way, or something like that. I think that's when this started. That's when it's kind of like you woke up the beast all over again, okay? But usually there's a lot going on behind the scenes, right? And if Korra is ignoring as far as the public is concerned, that doesn't mean she's ignoring behind the scenes. We just don't know that, right? But we can agree that she's tried to ignore, right? But I think his point of contention is that the kids are on the videos, right? And it doesn't sound like it's something he wants. Now, he's not necessarily wrong about that, right? She's not wrong either, right? The issue is that if they cannot agree on that, right? This is why I disagree with this auntie, okay? One of the things I disagree with this auntie, Auntie Akothee, one of the things I disagree with her is where she said, he has the right. Justin has now the part where she said he has the right to dictate. That part. No, that's not gonna work. That's simply not gonna work. Okay, that's not how that works. Okay, what you both have the right to do is find a way to an agreement. You need to agree. If you cannot agree, the court has the right to decide for Una. The court has the ultimate right to decide who's going to put the baby on a screen or not. Okay? She can even call her daughter maybe big sister. daughter. I think she means immature men are not that emotionally attached to their kids. You think so? Well, I have to go with what she typed. It won't matter anyway. The same way Future hated when Russell Wilson posts photos with his so online. Yes, you can't dictate that. If you had a baby with another human being, you can try. It just will make your life worse. That's all. Okay, you can try to do that dictation stuff. It's 2024. You gotta come up with a better strategy. You need to learn how to influence. Okay, that dictatorship, allow that language, you need to get rid of it completely. Not only when you're dealing with a romantic lover, you have to really understand this. By the way, there's an ancient book that talks about this. You can go and read how to influence friends. Okay, it's not going to work. What you need to learn is influence. Okay, How to Influence by Dale Carnegie. Okay, what you need to learn is influence. It's much more effective, it's much more sustainable. The other person is actually doing what you want from a place of free will, right? And your own style, your own method does not work. Okay, if it worked in the past, it's going to continue not to work because people actually have autonomy, agency, choices. Even if they are underage, right? They can file for emancipation if it goes too left. Okay, yes, you didn't know that. Is that a good thing? I don't know what's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm telling you what's effective, what works and what doesn't work. Okay, I don't know what your moral compass are. Whatever you think is good with your moral compass is good. Whatever you think is bad is bad. I will not disagree with you on that. But I can tell you across the board what works. Okay, what works across the board since the beginning of mankind, by the way, even the people that fight war, that build the nations that we enjoy or we pay taxes to today, they understood this thing I'm talking about. That idea that you're just going to control indirectly or directly will not work. What you need to learn is value, influencing from a place of value, not value in your eyes. So because now we're talking about your moral values and character. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about value in the eyes of the person you're trying to influence. If you're not patient enough to determine that, you don't deserve relationships. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay, and by the way, it takes a lot more strength to do what I'm saying. It's actually when you are trying to approach things from a controlling standpoint, that's actually a weak place to come from because it shows that you're not patient enough to go through that process. So the same way Future hated when Russell Simmons, if you got with somebody, the point I was making, if you got with somebody and that person has deemed it fit, a person that had the right to move on from your relationship and you had babies with them, okay, it's completely a terrible idea and terrible tactic or strategy to try to dictate to them who they take picture with their children. I don't know what you're trying to get out of that. I understand the pride of it, but that's the point of self-control. Have some goddamn self-control and self-respect. Jesus Christ, I don't get everything I feel like I should have. But check your own emotions, for crying out loud. That's another human being. They moved on, right? Unless that baby isn't actually in harm's way. By the way, you might start to interpret another man taking picture with them as harm's way. That's bullshit, okay? That's just bullshit you're telling yourself. At some point, you say, hey, self, all right, I got to choose to have peace of mind. Because you will not know rest if you don't get what I'm saying right now. I got to choose to have she's moved on. I don't like that she moved on, self, but we're going to make the most out of the rest of my life. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to make sure that these people are good because my child is involved. You got to make that choice. It's a choice. It's easier said than done because your emotions, I have emotions too. Your emotions is taking the best out of you. But control, talk to someone, have some self-control, have some self-respect. Let's keep going. But Ben's Uncle Beno says, me too. No stepdaddy should post photos of my son. Abi Ogunwonki. This is the emotions. That's fine. We all feel that. But you got to have self-control beyond the emotions. We all feel that. That's normal. But you cannot put that into action. You got to check yourself. Because that person has moved on. And you owe it to yourself to have peace of mind. Give yourself peace of mind. As long as the child is not in harm's way, you operate from a place of self-control. What is Korra and Justin fighting over this time? Those two need to be put on some kind of leash. Watch the previous video that we did last night. Actually, it's to play right after this in about an hour. Especially if my ex isn't cooperating with co-parenting. That's a loaded sentence, but I'll come back to it. If I have some time, I'll come back to it. That's a loaded question because this is the point where we just go this way. Like, wait, is it always a man's fault? Who is that again? Adewale, it's about the Benjamin, bro. You don't know what the Benjamin is? Please explain why I'm so pissed. Chinye said, please explain why I'm so pissed about that. He married his mom and taking care of him, his son. So if they're out as a family, they should block the child's face. Future should not be jealous for another man stepping into the plate. That's his problem. Now you're going to trigger. I tried to explain the way that we get it. But you're going to trigger them. What plates? Any single mom who wants stepdad to pose as father figure should mend her relationship with the ex. Good luck with that. Could it work? Thorax is insect body part. Head, thorax, and abdomen. I am confused too. Oh, okay. I've seen that before in biology, but yeah. Anyway, the GoFund thing seems weird and suspicious to me. I mean, she claimed it's for legal fees and that they've blocked her monetization. I don't think Korra is making more than $50,000 a month. If she is, that's good for her. But if she is, maybe not more than $100,000 a month, because she does put out content and makes a lot of money on social media. Evie Muobike, welcome. She says he's a liar. He uses children for content in the past. Yes, and I think we've seen some of that. Wait, you would like to call in at some point? The link is pinned to the top. The link is pinned to the top. Stepping up to the plate as a father is not in that child's life. He has so many children all over the place, whether they mend the relationship or not. Little Future is also Russell's son. That's just facts. That's all. Alright, so yeah, the link is pinned to the top. Chinye. That man has used his children for content in the past. Now he can't create content with them. He comes bitter and angry. Malu in range. So the thing is, if he's chosen not to shoot content and he's using that to is weaponizing his resentment along with this against the ex. Unfortunately, that's the reality of after divorce shock or after divorce effect. People, they will literally be hypocrites just to make a point. I know, you never expected that, right? They're supposed to just be the same person.
I never expected it.
No, that's not reality. That's unreality because everybody go collect.
Sorry.
Everybody, unfortunately, including the children. Bitterness has eaten up the guy. Yep. Those of us who have suffered in the hands of a wicked stepmom will tell you that a step-parent loving your child is the biggest blessing you can get. Wow. That is profound. Those of us who have suffered in the hands of a wicked stepmom will tell you that a step-parent loving your child is the biggest blessing you can get. That is profound. That's the part. That's why we need to have self-control, because when we don't have self-control, we can't see past just immediate feelings of pride and all this kind of stuff. Whereas if you just calm down, you can see everything okay. I'm hearing noise and cookery. Who's that? What are you doing? Okay, all right, keep it quiet, baby. All right, so those of us that we're able to calm down, it's not because we're stupid. It's just that when you calm down, you have foresight. You can see beyond just your immediate sense of feelings and emotion. And usually that's a good thing. That's why I told you, people that have built nations, people that fought wars, that built the nations that were paying taxes to today, they understood this. This is part of power. This is part of things you need to understand if you're going to make the most out of your life. You need to understand that your feelings are short-term, they're valid. They're supposed to be. You're a human being, but you gotta have some self-control around your emotions, especially if you're a man. Sorry. Uncle Beno said, MOP, please drop the defense of stepdad taking pictures with another man kids, especially if both exes sucks at parenting. People don't fall out of the skies and suck at a skill set. You learn it. If you're involved with another person and they are moving mad, that is part of the skills you need to gain. Ladies, listen to me so that Uncle Ben doesn't think we're attacking men at this point. Ladies, listen to me. If the other person is moving mad It means you need another level of skill set to manage your life, because you don't really have a choice, according to you, right? It means you need another level of skill set to manage that situation, because that's your problem effectively. No, you can't just turn around and say, well, that's his problem, you need to get his act right. No, it's all of us problem. And no, it's easier said than done. No, that's a fact. It's easier said than done. It's going to be difficult, but you need help. You need help. Okay? So if somebody sucks at co-parenting, that's not something that falls out of the skies. You need to engage the skill set and learn it. Start with you as an individual. Yes, if the other person is moving mad, they will teach you what the next step is so that you can get them on the same page. You've probably tried the controlling tactics. It cannot work. Will it work? You feel what I'm saying? That's an argument. Will it work? It's like Chingy is reading my mind. Will it work? It cannot work. The dad should be grateful. Please call in and clarify your stance. All right, the link is pinned to the top. I'm still going to tell you know she regrets the advice. So Korra responded, and I'm going to get to that next here. The dad should be grateful that the stepdad is not mistreating their child. Yeah, because they can stay out of the picture and just mistreat your child, and nothing's going to happen. You never heard that before, huh?
I never spelled it.
Yeah. Yep. Do you watch Karamo show? What is Karamo show? Anyway, let's see what Korra said. Korra had something to say to this auntie. Okay, so some of us are going to defend Korra because we are Koreans, right? Let's do it. So Korra came here into this auntie's chat. Actually, you can see that on the screen actually, and she said, "Oh, thanks for your advice, Mama." Remember, she said daughter, right? Will be held in high consideration. It is Korra with a double R, not Korra with a single R. And I am not just a dancer, but a musician and a dance artist. I am the singing, dancing princess from the motherland. And to add, my Koreans are also the best fans in the planet. And I appreciate them so much. Baba, $50,000 no be your mate too. 52 last time we checked. Thanks again for your advice. I believe you have my number. Now, really, what is it that Korra is trying to say here? Anybody in the chat? Anybody can go in the chat. What exactly is she trying to say? She's only trying to say one thing only. From what we can, you can see it on the screen right there. What is it that she's trying to say? That's a quick pop quiz for us all, because again, what we do here, it's very unique compared to other platforms. What we do here is very unique, okay? Self-awareness, power intelligence, social intelligence, art of seduction, attraction, law of attraction, right? Emotional intelligence. Those are the things we learn here, right? Korra is trying to say just one thing and one thing only. She put a paragraph down, but she's trying to say one thing, okay? Yes, I'm giving you the permission to assume. It's an assumption. Still, it still passes as an assumption. It still passes as an assumption. Anybody else, as he says, someone says, she's saying, don't chastise me in public. Anybody else? Anybody else have an idea of what she's trying to say? What else is she trying to say? No, what else do you think she's trying to say? She's only trying to say one thing here. Just one thing and one thing only. Okay? That's all she's trying to say. Okay? Oh, thanks for your advice, Mama. Or, no, she's not trying to say oh. Right? Will be held in high consideration. It is Korra, not Korra. And I am not just a dancer, but a musician and a dance artist. Okay? Wait, is there a difference between dance and dance artist? Dancer and dance artist? Okay? Yeah. Because strippers also claim dancer. Is that what she's trying to avoid? What's going on here? I am the singing, dancing princess from the motherland. And to add, my Koreans. Okay. Why did she capitalize all of the letters in this? Okay, all right, let's keep going. My Koreans are also the best fans in the planet, and I appreciate them so much. Thanks again for your advice. I believe you have my number. Mic drop. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me see here. Maybe Chinye, Afua, tell me, what is she trying to say here? What is she trying? Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day to you. Beautiful.
Thank you. Can you
All
hear
right.
me well?
You said what?
Can you hear me good?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you clearly. Don't change anything.
I had to get
Don't
on.
use the Bluetooth.
No, I
All right.
I had to get on my laptop and use my headset because
Okay.
the Bluetooth always has a problem.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Yep. All right. So what is she trying to say? Did you listen to that part?
Okay, so um, are you talking about the Korra's response to
Yeah, her
one
response.
girl?
She's only trying to say one thing. What is that one thing she's trying to say?
Hold on, let me catch up real quick. Where did she say it? I'm trying to see the
I can read it to you again. Let
Okay,
me
go
read it
ahead,
to you.
please.
All right. So she said, I don't mind reading. How many times do you want me to read it? Just one time. Okay. Oh, thanks for your advice, Mama. Will be held in high consideration. It is Korra, not Korra. Okay, it is Korra with the double R, not Korra with a single R. And I am not just a dancer, but a musician and dance artist. I am the singing, dancing princess from the motherland. And to add, my Koreans are also the best fans on the planet. And I appreciate them so much. Thanks again for your advice. I believe you have my number. There's only one thing she's trying to say here. What is that one thing?
Oh, that she could have called her in private to give her this advice, or maybe she cannot chastise her in public. But I think that you have my number. You could have spoken. So I guess that tells me that maybe they've talked before in private.
Right.
So she probably felt like you could have contacted me in private. Since we have some kind of a relationship, you could have contacted me in private to give me this wonderful advice.
Yeah. That's a million things you just said. But yes, I agree with you. Yeah, you have my number, but you decide to put it to the public. Yeah, that's what she's trying to say. But Korra is also, she's not innocent. I know you're Korean. You know she's not innocent in all of this, right?
No, she's not.
No, you didn't. I didn't hear that very well. Korea, come on,
I said no.
represent well now.
I said no, she's not. She's not completely innocent. Yeah.
All right. Talk to me. What's on your heart about this whole thing right now? What is going on?
Okay, so I would like to say a few things, and at the end of the day, after making some points, I would like your take on possibly maybe a better way for Korra to address and handle these issues, because these are ways that we're taking lessons. So like I'm a human being that have a mind of my own. If I see some in as much as like I might um I might be in support of someone in one way or the other, but if you F up and you shit for shush, like people from where would say, if you put in church, if you do something that I feel like this one is not right, I would say this one is not right. But like I really hate injustice. I dislike people being oppressed. Like it really does my head in, you know.
Yeah.
And I commend her strength. Is she 100%? No, she's not. But what I want to say in all this just a few recap, because I know you had a few questions and some people in the comment have a few questions. So from
Right.
some of the things that I've been following online, um, if I misspeak, if anyone who has more information than I do can correct me. So this is what I've understood from everything. Um, they were going to court for child custody. So Justin, in as much as he claims that he's a chiropractor, he hasn't really been practicing, right? So what he was trying to do was he wanted full custody of the children. He wanted Korra to keep paying him spousal support, and he wanted to completely take full custody of the children so that he can be monetizing the crap out of them. So what he was doing was, in as much as, initially like share when they split, Korra will share, just they'll be in a video, whatever. But she wasn't miking them and taking it to the extreme. But he was like miking them, and it was like all kinds of craziness.
So he was doing his own video and miking the babies.
He basically he wanted them to they were basically working for him.
So wait, was this after the divorce?
Yes. So when they were separated, going through their things, right?
Uh-huh.
And Korra has always been in the notion of, I want him to have 50% of the custody, just like I do. And a lot of her fans kept pushing her for, oh, why don't you have get the full custody? She's like, no, I don't want them to have daddy issues. I want a father in their lives. So she has always been in the notion for him having full custody. I mean, not sorry, having 50% and she having
50%.
50%. Yeah, because she feels like,
So
hey,
she was trying to be fair. She was making an attempt to be fair.
right. But he kept filing expert what is it called, expert traits or expertise? Expertise. He kept filing expertise. And then these
What does that mean? My English is not that
expertise.
strong.
So I know it's like a legal thing whereby he kept filing for the judge to give him full custody.
Oh, he wanted, okay, so it was basically
Full custody.
saying no, not 50-50. He wanted full.
Right. And if you want that, so he want to completely cut her off, for her not to have rights to her kids. And the judge saw through the bullshit. And so when he kept, he's like, and then she would come on, like when he kept frustrating, she would come online and say, why are you trying to take, like me that carried these children for 9 months? I want you to be in their lives. You keep claiming that you want to parent in peace, but you don't want to. Like behind the scenes, you're giving me all this wahala. I want you to be in their lives. I want us to equally be in their lives, but you just want to snatch them away from me. So after when he kept going to court, and he no longer, and all these other women that he gathered together that were forming WhatsApp groups, fighting for him, giving him legal advice that they don't have any experience on. At the end of the day,
Were these men or women? They're women too. Jesus.
women, all these older women, it's so sickening. All these older African women,
African women. Wow.
like it was a combination of different people from different places. They were like, for some whatever hatred they had for Korra, they were just like backing up this dude, fighting Korra, giving him advices, doing all kinds of things, and then him being a very toxic person, these women started fighting each other.
They were fighting each other.
They started fighting each other. They dropped, so at first they were like creating WhatsApp groups and donating funds for him, giving him all these legal advice, and they kept currency. They were just doing all kinds of things to torment Korra. They kept calling CPS on Korra, and at the end of the day, I guess the system have seen that, okay, there are people just fighting against this lady. She
Right.
the kids, and then.
But it took a while. That's why she spent all that money on legal fees.
Right. It took a while. So at the end of the day, this is my take on why Justin is mad, right? He's mad at all the different things he's been trying to do. He hasn't been successful.
Like what? Like what? Outside of being a chiropractor, is he trying to do?
Trying to do in terms of attacking Korra. All this, outside of being a chiropractor, he hasn't really been practicing his field. Because if he has been practicing his field and honing his craft, I feel like he will probably be pushing content on his craft. But he hasn't really been doing any, even though he keep lying and saying, oh, I work with this celebrity and this celebrity, all now wash. You haven't really been putting any effort into your craft because you can't see beyond this whole fighting against, like he really wants to pull her down by all means, right? So my take on this whole thing is, if he also have maybe if he had more money, he might still be filing for this expertise or whatever. Now back to what has been happening recently. So because he didn't get what he wanted in terms of getting spousal support, in terms of having the kids work for, because he wanted to be getting that and have the kids work for him to make full money while he just sits at home. The judge thought through everything, and for a period of time, the judge said, you know what? both of you can't show your kids' faces as social media.
Right, like stop it for now, at least.
So they stopped, right? And so, but Korra has more things she does. She dances, she records music, she does music videos, whatever. So at the end of the day, that's what happened. So eventually, the fight they were fighting behind the scenes, they finally ended up having 50-50 custody, both legal and everything else. They both have equal rights to make the decision of the kids. So
On when to show the kids.
right. So lately, she would, like if she's cooking, the kid might be there while she's cooking, with them, or like it'll be like a little quick clip, you know. So it hasn't, but she's mainly the one putting out content. So what Justin did was, because he knows he cannot really go through the court because they both have. So this is okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Let me try.
No, you're good.
gather my thoughts.
Take your time. Take a
part
deep
that
breath. You need water? Yeah, go.
There's a part that I skipped. So remember the whole issue that happened in England and in London.
The attack.
Attack.
The recent attack.
But that one is separate from what's happening now.
Right. I only connected it because that was just like 2-3 weeks ago or so.
Yeah. So it's separate from what's happening now. But this is what's happening right now. What's happening now is that so the people that are Justin's followers.
The Justin's followers, the Justin empathizers, sympathizers, yes.
They didn't exactly know like what happened behind the scenes with the court and how they both have full legal rights and all the other rights to the children. So whenever Korra, has a video of them, maybe of her cooking and the kids show up in the background or she dance with them or whatever.
So all they know is that all they remember is when they shut them down that they shouldn't show the babies.
Exactly.
They don't realize that they've had a new court order that allows both of them to do, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Are you there with me?
Yes, sorry, I had to tell my kids to go.
Yeah.
So they didn't know. So what they'll do is they'll come and run back to him and say, "Oh, she's showing their face, blah blah blah." So instead of him just being straight and saying, "Hey, we both have full legal custody," he was like, "Oh, I'll take care of it." Right? So he will make some comments to make it seem like, "Oh, she's like in the wrong. She's doing something she's not supposed to do. Oh, I'll take care of it." So what happened recently, right, is that she's been wanting to get passport for her baby so that they can travel.
Okay. So take them to Africa.
Yes, so that the baby, the first child has met the father, but the second child have not met the dad. So she wanted to travel home so her father can meet her child and also meet the cousins and everything. But Justin was fighting against it. He didn't want that. He was just being
That's very typical, by the way. Like if you marry a foreigner, if you're in Basbos, they will come up with the idea that you're taking their kids away and they're afraid.
Right. So at the end of the day, that went by. Like he wouldn't sign it. He refused to sign the passport. Fine. So I guess Korra filed for the dad. Like in the background, whatever she did that made him possible to come visit. So he came to visit and she was really emotional, because it's like, well, since I couldn't take my child to meet my father,
because at least they get to meet the father. The mom passed away, right? Is that correct?
Yes, when she was very young.
Okay.
Yes. So what happened? So what ended up happening? The whole craziness going on right now is when the dad came, she was picking him up at the airport, and it was emotional. And her daughter, the baby, I guess because they've been doing video calls, met grandpa. She was so excited. She warmed up immediately to him, and he was, thanking God, being very thankful. So that particular video, right, which is a positive thing, is not
right.
Just
right. That's a positive thing. Yeah.
Grandpa, so what happened was Justin there was he's making it in public seem like, oh, it was like a court order or whatever. But you know how Facebook is very, very weird with shutting things down. Like once something gets reported.
Right.
So this is
They're
what
very they have algorithms that basically respond very fast to flagging from a bunch of
right.
people.
So, but there was something he did in particular. I'm trying to. Gosh, I remember. I forgot exactly how to put it, but it has an acronym. It was something where like it's something that you it's very easy to like file, with Facebook, and so what happened was he
Well,
went
according to him, he said he
he
showed Facebook the court order, and they are pulling the video down. That's what he
But
said.
it's not even so. But he's lying because what Cora did was Cora actually posted the court order, like to show that this is what the court order, that we have full legal custody. I'm not doing anything to violate anything. He went behind the scenes and filed. I wish I can find the name so I could tell you exactly the full acronym of with the name of what it is that he filed with Facebook. So he
Okay.
pulling down because according to the court order, they both have rights to do what
As
they
long as the baby is not in harm's way, they can
right.
showcase their
And
babies.
he's making it seem like, oh, I'm protecting the children. No, it's not true. You're not protecting the children. You're being spiteful because you used to mic these children to work for you as silver.
Well, the moment he said, "I'm trying to not show my baby's vagina on the internet,"
Oh,
I knew it
oh
was
my
cap. The
god.
moment somebody feel the need to say
Oh,
that, that's cap.
oh my god.
That's a lie.
Oh my God. So let me tell you what happened. So this is so bad. What happened was there's this woman, her name is Crystal, that she's one of those sympathizers behind the scenes who are, well, not behind the scenes, she's always on, she's online, always saying crazy
Sympathizer of who? Korra
of,
or Justin?
of Justin.
Okay.
Her name is Crystal, is a white lady. She's said a lot of awful things about Cora. She was part of WhatsApp groups and she had WhatsApps with the other women. But this is somebody who has a felony, and she has issues with her own personal child. Her own child have a court order where she's not allowed to see her grandkids, right? So this is somebody who Justin allowed him, I'm sorry,
Allowed
Justin
her
allowed her into her home, into his
into
home,
his home.
right? She came to
Okay.
Philadelphia to come to his home. And this is somebody that has, who's a criminal, right?
Wait, Justin lives in Philadelphia?
No, Justin lives in LA, but this woman lives in Philadelphia and flew
Okay.
to go
Okay.
over there.
Flew to
So
LA.
right. So Justin is claiming that, oh, she was the babysitter, but it's not. This is somebody who has criminal records. So that woman took pictures of those children in
Of
a
those
very
children.
compromising position when they were using the bathroom and was distributed, like sending it to other people, right?
Wow, she shared it.
Right. So Cora is really unhappy about that, and they were trying to, follow suit legally. All right. So Cora's daughter told her, her mom, this is what happened. This is what happened. Justin is coming online to say that those things are not true, but there's pictures floating around,
Of
and
those babies.
yes. So this woman. So that's why he keeps saying it's true, and then it just makes me feel on a certain kind of type of way. How he's so comfortable as saying his children's vagina and all this nonsense. So that woman sent and that woman came online to say, oh, Justin, he gave her permission that it was okay, It wasn't okay initially. He didn't know that it happened. He found out later on, and then she's claiming that, oh, it's okay. But it's a very serious thing that he allowed that woman to come inside her house where those children and left those children. And so this woman was taking pictures of those children, opened Justin's fridge, took pictures of his nasty fridge, and
Come on now, nasty fridge. What is inside the fridge? Like fish and stuff? He was eating some kind of fish yesterday.
I think she did. I've heard different things about those people that saw the picture, but I think the thing is, she doesn't mean well by doing that, even though she's supposedly, quote unquote, a sympathizer. So that one is a major issue. Like if she follows up with that suit over there, that's a major issue there. So he's the one actually putting them in harm's way by doing that. So I needed to kind of clarify that, right?
Right.
Now, so back to this whole situation. So that thing, oh my God, I put it down somewhere. I wish I could find it so I can tell you exactly what it was that he filed. So that thing that he filed with Facebook is how come he was able to start deleting Korra's video. He deleted Korra's video of where the baby
The
was,
children were hugging up the father. You said that earlier.
exactly. So like, what's the what? How are they being put in harm's way? But guess what? To tell you that he's just fighting against Korra and anyway to pull her down, he did not. All the other vloggers that posted that, he didn't go after them. He did not go because that's still the picture of his baby. Because that's what he's claiming. No, so but anyway, so now to move further, what this whole thing about the GoFundMe, um so it was Nancy Cora's sister. Okay, so what happened is all
Nancy, yes, Nancy, right?
all the
Nancy is married, right?
yes, she's married. So what happened is that all these other legal things that were going on, it's like really really expensive, like going into like 100K. So it got
Right.
to a point Cora just kind of like stepped back and just like, okay, let me just wait this thing out and see if this guy will calm
So,
down.
so because of the money, you're saying because of the money that it was costing her, she decided to negotiate a little bit better or faster or to compromise. Which one
So
exactly?
because of the money, so he kind of like she kind of paused in terms of some of the lawsuits against Justin with some of the things that he kept doing. But it's showing that he wouldn't stop and he continued. And now that she's no longer being monetized because he just pulled down those videos out of spite, not because the kids are in harm's way. Just pulled those videos down. But other people that have those videos up, he's not going after them because that's still the video of his children, right? So just to
Yeah.
show you that what he's saying is not really what it is about. Okay. Now, the reason I'm
So this is about he just resents that girl. That's
yes,
what you're saying.
that's all. Yes, that's
Okay.
my observation.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the whole GoFundMe, so Nancy, there's a video she put out. She was where she like went in detail about this is what's going on. This was going on. That her sister cannot if her sister does not take action. As a matter of fact, you know what? I got off the phone with my sister and I told her, if you don't start a GoFundMe to help you to, file legal suit to get your stuff back because you have the legal rights to be
Right.
able to, you're not putting your child's kids in harm's way. You're a mother. You're a contract creator who's a mother, a musician, a dancer. So these are different aspects of you. So if this person is taking these rights away from you and doing all these other things, you need to find out, else one day you just be looking like this thing. So she was like, if you don't do a GoFundMe to be able to get funds to help with these
To
lawsuits,
legally battle this guy.
right, I'm gonna put it out myself. I said, I don't, she was like, I don't care if you're ashamed and you don't want to beg or whatever. I don't care because at this point you really need the help. So that's how that GoFundMe started. And the people that are really 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 supporting her,
Supporting her.
like was donating. So that's the nuts.
I mean, clearly she has support because
Yeah,
$50,000 no be beans in a few hours. I think
yeah, it was.
that's
Yeah.
that no be beans.
So, and then Cora was like, everything that's happening, I will show you guys how this money is being spent. That I'm not just gonna do it yeah anyhow. I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on. So that's basically in a nutshell what's on ground now. So it lost, probably different losses in terms of. I heard that with that Crystal lady that she filed a legal. What is it? What is it if you don't want someone how many feet away from your children? What is that thing called? A protective order. There's like a protective order thing
right, restraining order.
that
Restraining
I
order.
restraining order. That I'm not exactly sure how that went or if it's still in the pipeline. And then this suit to try to um get her, be able to get her stuff back. And then this other all these. There's just so many different things. Ones that she's talking about and ones that she's not saying. So that's basically where this came about.
Okay. Now you had a question.
My question is, in a situation whereby you're dealing with somebody, so once she stopped, like, you know, fighting for certain things, some of her friends were thinking that, oh, you're just you're just feeling protecting this guy and feeling sorry for this guy or whatever. My question is, when you're in a situation where this person continues to oppress you, even like when you keep quiet, they'll come and drag you. They'll say that, oh, you paid somebody to come and do something and it's not true, or you're doing this or doing this. Like, there's a time when you keep quiet about certain things. There's things that you're supposed to keep quiet, but there are times when you keep quiet about certain things. It's like, there are times that you have to
Right.
speak out. You know what I mean? So, like, what would be your advice? What would be the best way for Korra to be able to address some of these craziness that because this thing has grown ears, wings, like it's beyond them now. They can't even control the thing out there. So what would be the best way for her to handle these things?
All right, that's a fantastic question. So when we say silence is golden, right? That's not enough by itself. It's not like we can't just say silence is golden and people should just be quiet. I would never suggest to anybody that that's enough. Okay, silence is truly golden if you know what to do with it. But also, silence could be an opportunity for a person to just walk all over you like a doormat and just take advantage of you. So it's never that simple. Okay, so I don't know if people have suggested to her. I think that auntie Akothee was also suggesting that. I don't agree with that. That she just be quiet. No, I don't agree with that. But there's you said what? Yeah, it's not going to work. Because it's true that some people will literally, even like Mattel was saying earlier on in the show, it's true that some people will take a. If you're going to use silence, it needs to be accompanied, or silence. It needs to be accompanied by other tactics and strategies, if you will, around that. So, for example, in this case, first of all, just fighting legally is not enough either. There's no one single thing that's enough, just by itself. That's the key thing here. There's no one single tactic that's going to be enough. However, if we have to pick between her being loud on the internet about all of this and being silent, we always go with silence, because we're going to use that silence to actually go and cook the right strategy for her to win ultimately, not just short term but long term. Not just her winning, but her children winning long term. And that is never as simple as do this one thing or do that. That's never going to be that simple. You see what I'm saying? So when she was silent or she was compromising, what was she doing? I would like to know, what was she doing underground, behind the scenes, with regards to this effective relationship, because that's what it is at the end of the day. What was she doing during that period of time? That's what I'll be interested in wanting to know, right? And again, it's not as simple as appeasing him. That's not enough too, right? But you at least need to be silent long enough to know what is it that this person cares about. Even if they're a psychopath, there's something they care about, right? So if you don't take time, you need a support system for this. You cannot do it on your own. You need a professional support system for this. Your sister cannot help you with this, because your sister is just as entangled in the emotions just as much as you are, if not more, right? Because you, at least, that's your baby father. A lot of time, as the person who is in the situation, you're managing the situation better than your family. Your family are not in it. They are not the mother of your children, so they can't feel what you feel for your children or your baby father. So they would just say, I beg you, destroy this guy, Jare. They would do things like that oftentimes. And unfortunately, that's not enough too. So what I would definitely suggest, the overall of everything I just said, will be support system, right? And when you're using silence, what else are you doing behind the scenes during that period of time? Silence is definitely a very good tactic, because it makes your enemy or your victim, if you're going the hardcore seduction thing, right? It makes them suspicious what you're up to, and that's attraction in effect. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when they now show up, or they're attracted to you, or they try to trigger you again, are you prepared to handle that?
Yeah. So this time with the backup of her fans, like she's like seeking legal advice because I mean this, to be honest with you, I really admire a lot of strength in Korra. Like she is like what she has been through so much, and you know we can see what she has accomplished in a very short period of time when the dead weight got lifted off of her.
Yeah.
Like like music, and her music is actually really good music that
Right.
she's putting out.
No, she has good music. I've heard her music. She has good music, and she's paying attention.
She
She's
has
very
good
talented.
music. She's very talented, and she's strategic, and she puts out these little clips, here, and like she's been working really hard. She's not just, in addition to like having her live video, she's been working really hard, trying to, she's still working towards her dream, and by just putting in the work, right? And then this personal issue that she has, like they're trying everything to pull her down. So me, I hate injustice. I really don't like injustice. Has she been 100%? No. I mean, just like any human who's trying to figure things out, she will even say, me too. I know.
She cannot be. Let me cut you off for a second. Sorry. She cannot be 100%. That's unrealistic expectations of human beings.
Right.
She's not expected. That's why she needs a support system. And I'm not talking about her sister. That's not.
No,
that's family support system. She needs that too.
Support system. Are you referring to like legal and maybe some other people close by her, right?
You said what?
When you say support system, you're referring to legal and other people?
Let me tell you what she needs, okay? She definitely needs the family support system. She seems like she has that.
Right.
All right. She needs legal support system, but more so, if possible, maybe from some of those fans donating $50,000 can donate their expertise. Some of them are lawyers, extremely smart people too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Right now, that one is under the works. Like she's seeking legal advice, especially now that she has the funds.
Exactly.
There's another lady that.
No, wait. Let me finish. What she needs, the support system. So she has. Hopefully, she's working on those two. Those two is a must. She needs emotional support.
Yes.
Okay. Outside of what family gives.
Right. So I was gonna touch base on that. Emotional support. There's this lady that has been her rock. She calls her LA mom.
Okay.
That lady has been an Igbo, a very nice Igbo lady. That lady has been her rock, just being there for her when she's going through all of these things. And that lady's still there. Like when she came back from UK traumatized, that lady, she spent some time with that lady too.
That's good.
Yeah.
She needs spiritual support, not the people that are teaching her to be cursing people out on the internet with smoky stuff. Not that. That's not spiritual support. Okay. She needs actual spiritual support for her.
I missed it. What happened?
You said what?
You said with smoky stuff. I missed that. What happened?
She was cursing people out. Like she was telling people that she said if this guy is lying, she was saying if you are lying, that she was swearing.
Oh, okay.
with juju stuff.
Not that video that you covered.
I covered it. Yeah, I covered it when MTR covered it. Right, when she was accused of cheating while she was 5 months pregnant. Right.
Right.
That. Cool, but that's not spiritual support. I'm just saying she needs spiritual support beyond that. She needs all of that. Now, ultimately, honestly, I think the main part is emotional support, because the emotional support will help her with regards to how she uses the legal and family and all these other things, right? Legal support is good, but they're good on paper. Even them, they will tell you like, hey, you need this other type of support, people that can help you keep you cool, so that you're not just depending on quote unquote your own strength, because there's no human beings that have that, so she needs to have those kind of things in place, right? And then they need to be very tactful. This guy is weak as far as I can see. He's a weak guy. Right? He's using certain ammunition. So for example, if we don't have a strong ironclad or court order that allows her to put those baby, I will not do that. And if I did, it's okay. I will forgive myself, pat myself on the back and say, okay, I missed something. There's a loophole somewhere. Let's figure out the loophole. There's a lot of patience that she needs to. It's almost impossible to have that level of patience, but she can if she has support system. There's a lot of patience that she will need to exercise with regards to, if, for example, they came and shut down 3 videos, right? She's ready to go to work and fight. Okay, now I'm in no way saying that she doesn't have that yet. This thing takes time. It's a process that he needs to go through, right, to show up on the other side. But this guy is weak. It's easy to shut someone like him down. He's too loud. It's very easy. He gives away all of his tactics. He's just a vindictive motherfucker. That's what this is. Okay, so it's very easy. So she might just be in that process. I listened to Korra Obidi's interview with Adeshokpe.
Intelligent girl.
What did you say?
She's very intelligent.
That girl knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. Okay, so even when she jumps on and she says $50,000, she knows exactly what she's doing. A lot of it is not as emotional move as it looks. Right? This is why when somebody said, was she being manipulative? I'm like, I don't know. It depends on how you see it. She has an audience. She should leverage the audience. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm very slow to judge her. But ultimately, what I want us to pay attention to when you come to the Prestige family is that this is how dirty it gets if you go through divorce. Don't get it twisted. This is how dirty it gets, and you're going to need all the support you need, because there's going to be at least one person who would literally attempt to destroy you, even if it means they destroy their children, their own children. Okay, so I don't know if she's on the right path already or anything like that. I don't know enough to speak to that. What I can see is this surface basketballs. They do seem like they are in a very toxic position, right? That is not you're an evil person thing. It's just what happens when you find yourself in this kind of situation. Like, it's going to be hard for me to say, hey, somebody's being toxic and they're trying to harm you, and then you should just act like you're holier than thou and you won't retaliate. Your natural instinct will be to defend yourself. That's why you need a support system, because the support system will know when to say, hey, calm down. This is not the move. This is not the right time to do that. Okay, if you destroy him, that can also destroy you in this side. Let's make sure that we're not creating a solution that will create massive problems that we will have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many nuances to it that it's going to be very hard for me to give you an absolute to it. The one answer to all of that is that she's going to need a support system, or a few of those. Yeah, and not multiples. Not listening. Fans are fans for a reason. That's what they are. I'm talking about people at a personal level that also understand, because another layer of issue she has to deal with is the fact that she's a rock star. That's another layer of evil on its own.
Yeah,
that fame is energy that will destroy you if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you remember, and what she said in the show, she said that she keeps, after she read that book about checking ego, that
she said that. That's why another level of respect when she's, because me, you know me about ego, right?
Yeah, she said she's checking it because that thing will come ahead. That thing can come and mess you up, so that she continues to be that book that she read is something that is always in the back of her mind.
Yeah, she said she check herself.
Yes.
When she said that, it was like music to my ears.
I love that she's aware of that.
Hold on, Brother Ben is back. Brother Beno, Uncle Beno. Shout out to Uncle Beno from the Uncle Beno platform. How are you, sir? Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to Madam.
Thank you, man of Prestige. Happy Mother's Day to you, Sister Chinye, and all our sisters in the house. Oh, wow. This is an interesting topic, MOP. I usually don't like even saying anything about Korra Obidi and Justin.
You say you have a soft spot for Korra, right?
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Korra. We are all brothers. We got to be honest. We are all brothers, and my my love for Korra is just like the love I have for every African young lady who is trying to make head meet, and they fall in with someone who took advantage of them. So that's everything. I don't agree with everything Korra did. I ain't gonna lie to you. But with what I know about white husbands, let me just put it that way.
Hey, Latu.
And with what I've come to know about Justin so far through this their Gbasgbos, so I just feel like, you know what? I think Justin is the one who is using Korra from the onset, from the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
Korra was just way too over her head, thinking she was in love, and she's probably happy to be in love with a white guy, just like many of our sisters are always saying now, oh, white people marry white people, blah, blah, blah. And for those of us who are privileged a little bit to have talked and speak with women who have been in and out of marriages with white men, we know say na bobo, na plenty pass for most of their relationship. I'm sorry to say, I'm not saying all white men are bad, no, but I'm just saying a lot of these interracial marriages, especially where you see a white man marrying an African lady, most time the white guy is the one who is benefiting from the marriage, not the other way around. We will look at it like, oh, she married Oyinbo, her life done better, her life done set. Cool. The white man might have insurance, he might have some trust fund or whatever kept aside, but when some of these ladies open their mouth and tell you what they are experiencing in that marriage, my brother, you go shock. I don't expect everybody to agree with me on this, but I'm speaking with you from, at least I've had one-on-one contact with 6 women who have been into this interracial marriage here in the US, not here saying. And when they get comfortable, the thing is this: a lot of the black African ladies that marry white people, they won't tell you what is happening in their marriage. They will keep it to themselves. But the moment they get comfortable enough, knowing they can trust you, and when they open up, you go shock. You will be like, "Why? How did they get there?" So coming to Korra and Justin's case, I think from the onset, Justin seems to me like a very lazy ass guy. I'm sorry to say, but I'm just gonna say it. Justin seems like a regular lazy white guy. And when he saw Korra, met Korra at China or wherever they met each other, he knew instantly that, wow, if I take this lady to my country, if we got married and people get to find out that I'm actually in love with a black woman, oh man, something gonna come out of this. And she's an artist, she's a dancer. Oh, people gonna see me as an hero for marrying her. That is just the mentality. Man, I don't lie to you, my brother. That's how I feel when I look at the entire relationship. So Justin was the one who actually knew what he was getting into from the onset. Now, as for Korra might see Justin like, oh, white dude, gotcha, boom, paper don't come. I'm gonna get my American citizenship or any other thing that comes with marrying a white guy. This is express. That's just what Korra saw, you know. And when they started living together, and then
so Korra saw the away, and then he saw
a way. Justin see opportunity. Justin is a user. I took some time to look at him. I watched him talk and everything. When you see a serious white dude, look, most, like I said, like about 10% of white men who are married to black African women. I'm not even talking about African American now. I mean African girl. They see African woman and they say, I love her, I marry her. You see those 10% that married African woman truly, their emotions, their everything is invested into that relationship. If it happens that they break up, you can tell from the post-divorce how they act, how they behave. You can tell that this marriage has really affected this guy poorly or negatively. in the case of Justin is just whining and crying over the money he's losing. Can you still hear me, Mr. Ola?
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Yes.
So Justin is just whining and crying over the money he's losing, because the moment, you know how content creation money works. When you have this huge follower, in fact, the moment you cross the 500,000 followers threshold and you are monetized, it's like you are receiving free money. And the way Korra goes, you know, especially if you're into interracial marriage, go and check all the people who are creating interracial couples content on social media, on YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere. They usually have higher number of followers, and their content get a lot of views. In fact, they often get into it that they can't do anything else than creating content. That's why you see them go all the way deep, almost showing everything in their life, in their house. They are sleeping, they are pooping, they are showing everything. Because a content has to be there. They know how much money that comes from it. So when they got married, Justin and Korra started doing all these couples go live blog, wherever, and the money started coming. What do you expect from a white lazy guy? Do you think only black men or African men that are lazy? In fact, white people who are lazy are worse than everyone. May we talk if we have to talk. I've lived here 11 years. I've seen all I have to see. They are lazy more than even our African American black brothers. Let's just call it what it is. Justin is a lazy broke folk. He saw Korra. Korra brings the money. Do you know how much somebody will work in America before you cross the 6-figure threshold? Now he's married to a black African girl that can easily command 300K, 250K through content creation. Money flowing. I don't know if you get what I mean. So now, when it wasn't working for them and they broke up, he can never get over it. It be like a person who don't see money before. Somebody who have come into money before, and all of a sudden you took that money away. Do you think that person will ever be okay? How much chiropractor money is going to get? How much insurance is going to pay him? That he will compare that money to content creation. So that is.
I just know that chiropractors don't make $50,000 in one day. At least I know that part.
So that's the thing for me, Brola. Justin is the user. He's the one that was using Korra. Korra saw Justin as an opportunity to come to America, get her papers, settle down, and she truly want to marry. And then now, if you look at Korra, all of us have somebody like this in our family. We all can be the same. If you see the way Korra carry herself, Korra is this you know how. When she's touching you or cheat mama na borrow me, how do you describe person where they do yeah? It's not. They are not bad person. No, that is just their nature.
They complain. The complainers.
No, not complain. Like I'm just describing the character. You know, somebody who is cheerful, somebody who can do anything. You know, just to cash fun. You know, they won't even think about consequences, or maybe people say, "Oh, this thing is immoral" or something. They just want to express themselves. People who are expressive like that. We have people like that in our family. That's the kind of person that Korra is, you know. And
okay, she's just exciting. She's exciting. She's what do you call it? Oh, mambe. What's the English of that? Like she's just a fun girl, like
a fun girl.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and that is just her personality. You know, now
that's a personality, and that's probably what attracted. That's one of the things that attracted him, and that's one of the things he's resenting today. Now,
exactly. Even me myself, as a brother, as an African brother, and uncle, I don't like some of the things Korra is doing. How she dance, open this one is enough. But
oh no, what happened to Brother Ben? The spirit of Justin Obedience. They seized this microphone. What happened? He's been attacking his own white brother. What happened?
You're funny.
Oh, where did he go? Brother Ben. Oh my God. Listen.
And Beno is right about what he's saying, because like some of the people in our family, it's you know, it's like it's the people that have that entertainment in their blood, like.
Yes,
that's the thing.
And they might not know when to slow down too. They might just be annoying, but they're in your face, but they're just having a good time. They are having fun.
Weird with it, but that's just their personality.
Yeah, let's bring Beno back. But Beno, you called with another device. Are you there? Are you there? Wait though. Let me add him.
Obi, can you hear me?
Yeah, let me see which one you're talking with. Can you talk? Yeah, speak. Okay, because you're in the studio twice. Can you hear me now? Okay, he still can't hear me. He's on the stage twice. Oh, wait. Oh. But Aben, can you hear me? Okay, he's on the stage twice. I don't know what's going on. Let me help him kick him out so that he can try to come back in again. Yeah, so now this question, let me ask this as a question on the screen, Chinye. Do you agree that they both use each other?
So I have to be honest. You know, like, if you ask me, I would say to a certain extent, but you know, I'm a little biased about that. To a certain extent, you know, like, she's someone who is exploring. You know, like, remember in that interview, she did mention that this is something that is burning in her. This is what she wanted to do.
Right.
But family, you know, dad wanted her to be bank something. That one didn't work out. Sister paid for such and such. That didn't work out. That's not what she wanted to do. And somehow, so I'm not exact. I don't know the story of how she went to China, but I know she was pursuing that.
But she was pursuing her dream.
Pursuing that dream.
I think she's unapologetic about that. I think she's very honest about that.
Right.
You know,
pursuing that dream. You know, did they use each other? I would say that in one way or the other. Just if Justin was an instrument of how she came to America.
Jesus.
It was an instrument.
Instrument.
I mean, that's the. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
I feel objectified for Justin. Instrument. What do you mean? Explain.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe if it was an Igbo, I might express myself better. But I'm just saying that. You know, he was the way. He made that way happen.
Right.
This possibility that she could have also been able to come another way. But if you ask me, was she, you know, the emotions that she was feeling for him at that time, did she just go with him because she wanted to come to America? No, I feel like genuinely in her heart, she did fall in love with the guy.
She fell in love with that white boy.
Yeah, I didn't, you know, it's that. So if I say use, it would be as if, oh, she just pretended that she was in love with him. That's why she came to America. So I don't really want to say the word used, but it was instrumental to her being able to come to America.
Right?
Okay. But being that she's pursuing her dream, she could have also, in one way or the other, found herself here or maybe somewhere else. But if you, I would say that he was the bloodsucker in this relationship. He used the crap out of her. He, you know, like, she paid up to 40,000 of his student loan and so many other things, you know, like that he benefited from her. He used to just randomly plan trips, leave her with the kids, and just go wherever, mess with other women, and he would come back. I mean, it was just so many things that happened, and she just wanted their marriage to work. But I think that when he came online, you know, that time that he came online saying, "Oh, I'm gonna divorce her," he was trying to use that controlling tactic that he's always had over her. Because it got to a point where she was like, you know what, you can't continue to just take, you know, like, so because he didn't have that kind of access to the coins, to her account, the way he wanted to, he threatened, like, oh, I'm gonna divorce, blah blah blah. She was begging
started to threaten. Okay.
She was begging him behind the scenes, like, please, you know, let's not do this. And then when he continued to push for it, she was like, okay, even if you want to do this, can we just do it quietly behind the scenes? So, you know, and he used to, like, reach out to her family, to Nancy, and Nancy, you know, they'll be up till midnight or later just trying to talk to them. And Nancy was like, man, both of you are toxic. Like, you guys need to really, you know, get this together. If you're not gonna be together, just, you know, do it quietly behind the scenes.
Right.
Please, Justin, don't take this online the way you're going. I'm going to do it. He didn't really. My thing is, I feel like he was just bluffing, right? And because he really.
So Chinye, Chinye, Come
Am I
on now.
shalaye? No, no,
Yes,
no. I'm serious.
wait,
Explain, because no evidence.
wait now.
The things that happened, right?
Let me say this.
He kept saying that, but he really didn't pursue it. He was just saying it by mouth. And when she got tired of it, she filed for the divorce.
Let me help you small. If you're married to a person and you can't be used, what do we call that? Useless. Okay, you're useless now. Why are we doing so much shalaye? If you're married to a person and you feel used, like, come on. Okay, we're not talking about abuse now, we're talking about used. Okay, if we're going to use the word use, precisely what is supposed to happen. Are you a useless person or something? No, I don't think it's a big deal that she got a green card or citizenship from marrying, like a whole marriage to a person, like giving your life, 2 kids.
Right.
No, we don't have to explain that much. It is what it is. And the other side of things is that if he's okay with using his wife, of course in a healthy way, right? If he's a guy that's okay with that, he would just look for avenues to do that where she still gets value and they can build life together, right?
Right,
But he wanted to control. So
I can't breathe.
yeah, so they found themselves in this quarter right now. So I think all the Koreans out there, you don't have to over explain yourself. If she got a green card, she got a green card. So what? Before uncle, So are you saying Americans should be used to get a green card? You go do all right. But Ben.
Hey, MOP.
Welcome back, sir.
No verse, na call.
You get na call. Okay. Yeah, the call we hang it here.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I was saying, just to quickly round up, not waste your time. First, it has been established, according to this conversation so far, they both use each other. That one is clear. 2, what happened to Justin, I've seen it happen to so many white guys. The moment they got divorced from their black African wives, they get bitter. They become something of a kind of monster.
So they have a hard time letting go of the brown sugar, eh?
Yes, the reason is this.
Child.
You see,
I feel their pain.
This mainstream media have so much sold this idea into Americans' mind that Africans are dull, Africans are not smart, Africans, they don't even have brain, they don't know what's up. So everybody just kind of believe if you are dealing with an African person, you can just do whatever you want and get away with it. The African can't even respond. So I think that's what's going on with these white guys that are marrying African ladies. They thought, oh, they are African, they are worshiping me. Whatever I do, she's gonna have to beg me. I can do whatever the F I want. And then when they try it and see that Africans are not really what you think they are. Once they won't fight you back, they fight you back with everything. They now become a kind of ailment for them. They now begin to get sick. You can now begin to see the mental illness side of and the psychotic side of them. That's just what's happening. I've seen many of them. Go and Google them on YouTube, on Google, and go to YouTube. You will see them doing couples content, couples family channel.
But Ben, is there a chance that you're invalidating this guy's feelings?
No, it's not that. You know me. You know where I stand when it comes to things like this. But like I said, there are some things that when they do it, if you really want to speak to it, it sounds as if, oh, you are not looking at it from this person's angle. You know, I am not invalidating his feelings, but if after the divorce, he has not been going to the extent he's going on social media. And when I say, okay, be like say this guy carry brain small. But you can't tell me watching how that guy will come to social media, drag Korra, bring his children, use his children as a play toy on social media.
But he's claiming that he wants to protect his children. He said he doesn't want his children's VJJs on the internet.
Brother.
Are you saying you don't believe him?
Brother, that dude is looking for money. He doesn't give an F about those children. Those children are just way of him getting money. What he's trying to do right now is looking for everything to have sole custody to those children so that he can be getting money from Korra. That dude don't want to work. That's a lazy dude. Let's call it what it is. That's why I always wanted to stay away from the argument. He's a lazy dude. A serious guy, a professional won't even have time to be on social media trading words with your ex. Everything is done in the
our fans. So
everything is done in the legal system here in the US. You have a problem with somebody, you go to the court, you seek redress, they will fix it for you. You don't go on social media. He explained to the gallery, like I told you, these guys have tasted content creation money. Content creation money is like a drug. Once you sniff it, you can't get away from it. It's true. So easy.
It's like drug money. It's not easy money, but it looks like free money. but to him, because it's not the one doing work, it seems like she's the one doing most of the work when it comes to content creation.
Now, okay, let me give you another expo now. Have you noticed that the moment Korra leave this dude alone, she doesn't talk about him. She doesn't talk about their issue. She's going about her regular career, professional content creation stuff. The guy won't have content. He won't. The followers are also uninterested in whatever the crap he's doing. But the moment he brought Korra into the mix, then his channel will be bubbling again, which will be attracting more content, more sympathy, and all that. You see, so to me, those are just like the acts I have to grant with Justin. Now coming to Korra. Korra has her own issue. And one of the things that is obvious to me as far as Korra is concerned is that Korra has the same problem, I'm sorry to say, almost 85% of Africans have. African youth, not the older ones. The older ones are smarter. A lot of African youth...
The older ones are smarter.
They are smarter. Continue. This is the problem. You see, a lot of African youth, when they are hustling, they are trying to survive, they are trying to make it. They always underscore the importance of documentation and contracts.
Okay.
When they are dealing with anybody, anything that will fetch money, just try this out. If you hire an African person now to work for you, maybe you, just like the way you have so many videos you are editing. If you call the boy and say, boy, can you edit my video? You can do this. The boy will just be happy. The moment is okay, how much? Maybe the boy say, sir, if you can pay me 100,000 naira a month, I will do all your videos. Finish it. Once you say, okay, go ahead, let's do it. The boy will start working. Now, the boy will be so damn stupid and foolish that they will not realize that this is supposed to be documented. It's supposed to be a contract. Are you feeling me now? Now, by the time they edit content for you, post for you, do everything for you, and your channel is blowing to the point you are making like, let's say, I just want to assume now, let's say you are making like $200,000 in a month. And then the day the boy get to find out that, your guy is making $200,000 a month from the video you are helping him to edit to create. And then somebody will now tell him, do you know the 100,000 your guy is paying you? It's just about $75. It's not, The boy will now come and start crying. Hey, this man has used my career. He has used me. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So where am I going with this? The same goes with Korra. The first mistake Korra made was that the moment you guys want to start this joint channel, everything together, it doesn't matter whether it's a white guy, a black guy, a tall guy, a short guy. This is business. You quickly say,
so even as a married couple, what about that?
I'm telling you right now. You know, the other time when we were having some conversation in the backstage group, I was talking about life is a game. You should learn to play to win.
Right, I agree.
Right now,
Let me
give you an example.
Yeah.
I've been on YouTube and social media for as long as I can remember, but I never take it serious. Let's say once I'm done with school now, and I say, you know what? Let me dedicate 6 months to this thing and make it blow. My wife is a very funny character. She doesn't talk too much, but if she talks more here, you go laugh tire. Now, if I want to incorporate my wife, say, okay, babe, come now, come help me create content now. At least we'll go figure. The moment my wife say, okay, how many times are we creating in a week? How many content are we shooting? What are we gonna do? Brother, I don't draw contract, come out with that.
Really?
I'm telling you right now as an African man.
Wala.
No, it's not wala. Let me tell you something, bro.
Yes.
Nothing breaks a marriage than money. Money. Go and check all the couples that have channels together.
So me, I have to disagree with you on that.
You can disagree as a coach, but I'm telling you how we do it.
No, not as a coach, as a man. As a man. Let me. We're having a conversation now.
Yeah, but me, I'm telling you how I will do it.
Let me tell you why I disagree now. Okay. Let me tell you. I know you're on the road there. They already said Brother Ben's on the road this evening, right? But I cheating, finances, and irreconcilable differences does not break a marriage. Those are aftershock things that people record in the courts. Those are the things that happen after a lot of people are listening, so I want to make sure that I correct that, right? Those are the things that you point fingers at when it gets down to it, okay? Not having a united front is what breaks a marriage. Not having the skill set, which I know sounds broad, but it's not that broad. It's just a decision. Like, hey, this marriage thing is not a no-be beans. There's some skills we need to learn. It's what breaks a marriage. So, for example, let's give an example. If you present a contract to your wife, does your wife have the skills to respond properly to that without bringing their emotions into it? Most people will be like, contract, why are you bringing contract? Now you actually trigger the devil that might not have been there inside of them. It was there. They just don't have the skills. What do you do when you get triggered? It's a skill set. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have those skill sets, you're going to have more than enough things to point fingers at. The top 3 of them is cheating, infidelity, finances, and those things will be present. Am I saying they're always present? I'm just saying that those things are a function of other things. For example, infidelity, you can say that's a function of lack of self-control. You don't, like a man or a woman who doesn't have any control of themselves, so they will cheat, right? But that same behavior, the underlying behavior, also shows up in other areas of life that you probably haven't paid attention to, and you should have paid attention to it before it actually becomes cheating, right? Maybe they have a way of cutting corners. Maybe they actually help you cut corner, and you didn't think it was a big deal when they did it, right? Well, if you didn't think that was a big deal, you might end up on the receiving end of it. Maybe their mouth is too sharp. They're always nya at everybody. Like when there's a waiter that comes to serve you, you don't pay attention to things like that. They're very mean. Your wife was mean to the waiter, but you didn't really pay attention to it until you end up on the receiving end of how mean she is. Those are some of the underlying things. So I don't think it negates what you're saying, but if you're not going to pull out a contract because you now want to start content creation with your own wife, right? I hope you're ready to back it up with some kind of explanation in a way that doesn't push her back into the corner, because that will be the skill set now on your part.
Brola?
Yes. I'm listening now.
Can I chime in here?
Yes.
Okay, good. You see, I've said several times that I'm a realist. I don't do possibly, maybe, let us assume I'm a realist. I put everything on the table. Anytime people ask me, how were you able to stay married for this long? I always tell them, I'm a realist. I try to foresee what might come in the future, and I take steps to prevent it now. When it comes to money, in marriage, anything, even if you are not running business together, there are some realistic conversations you need to have with your partner that shows transparency, that shows where you are. The reason I would tell my wife, hey, babe, if you are really serious about this, here is a contract. This is the reason. This is a business. I don't mix business with pleasure. This is a business. So, babe, let's look at it. Let's work on percentages. We're going to have production crew. We're going to have expenses. The tax is going to be paid. So many things will come into this content creation business. And your time is going to be invested as much as my time. So how do we go about it? All right, we're going to set aside 40% of whatever we generate. We go into company account as part of administrative expenses and any other thing. The other 60%, we're gonna take put aside 10% or 50% for staff or anybody we brought in to act with us. The 45% that is left, let's split that one 50-50. Meaning, this is what you get for this content we are creating. This is what I get for this content we are creating. I need you to understand what I'm saying here. Now, if you and your wife are already one same, you are one, you do everything together, you could say, you know what, don't worry, man, we don't need it. After all, we are making all the money together and all that. But what about all of a sudden you blow up, you are now a millionaire in dollars, you are now acquiring properties and everything, and then you have all these people that are doing cho. What even if your wife is not the problem? What if it is your own family that's going to be the problem? Anything can happen at any time. You have to protect yourself, protect your wife, protect your marriage. At the end of the day, the moment you are bringing this thing, contract everything out, everybody knows where they stand. In the case of Korra and this Justin, Korra is a typical African woman who feel like, you know what, we are married. Anything. She, at least I heard that she paid his school, his student loan and things like that. Korra would just look at it that, you know, the money we have is for us. And then Justin is greedy. Justin is in his own masculinity, thinking, oh, I'm the boss. I married you. I'm an American. It's like you people have never had people throw this American thing in your faces before. I'm an American.
All right. So
I have this, I have that. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that the mistake Korra made was not to have legalized this whole business thing from the beginning. That is where they start having issues.
So let me say this. Brother Ben, I'm with you, okay? That conversation, honestly, if we do Abamo Akabamo, that started when she should have signed a prenup before she go into a marriage, right?
And now we are talking.
But we know most people don't do that. But I also have a take here on Men of Prestige, right? Prenup does not really protect you outside of finances. It protects your finances. That's about it. The reality is that the main protection that you need actually comes from the marriage contract itself. Okay? That's if you enter that marriage with some skills, of course. The same skills you would need on any other type of contract. Okay? So we're talking about negotiation skills, and negotiation skills. Okay? The same skill can be used pre or post. The same thing with prenuptial. You can do a prenuptial, you can do a postnuptial. It takes the same skill set. Negotiation, right? Now, the question is that, are you patient enough to negotiate? Do you both have the same assignment of value levels to whatever it is you're negotiating? So, for example, a person is starting a content creation endeavor, right? The last thing on their mind, if they're going, for the most part, if they're going to take it to any level, the last thing on their mind is contracts. Okay? As a matter of fact, they barely read the contract that YouTube made them sign when they were creating the account. You never actually own the channel. It's like you didn't own the channel, right? So, which is why when Korra was saying yesterday, I'm going to fight for my rights, and the video, if Facebook said that video is never coming back, it's never coming back. Why? Because Facebook will protect themselves first.
Yep.
They don't want that liability, at least until it is cleared. And by the way, after you clear it, they might still say it's too messy. And they have the right to do that. We don't want your child or your children on the platform. They can do that. They can do that. Yes, they have the right to do that.
All they have to do is deploy algorithm to your channel. The algorithm will see
they will just
tears it down.
Exactly.
Go nowhere.
You just shoot videos. Nobody will see nothing. You upload videos. Nobody they see them. They will shadow ban the thing if they really feel like it was that worth it to even satisfy you like that, you know. So I think the best way to protect ourselves in all of this, I know it's tiring, it sounds like broken record, is self-awareness, power intelligence, social intelligence. Okay, that speaks to what you just said about being a realist. You can be a realist, that's fine. That will be good enough if you live in a cave by yourself. If you are dealing with other human beings, you're going to need more than just being a realist, right? Seduction, heart of seduction, I'm just talking about learning how to influence as opposed to trying to control. Attraction, understanding how you attract your reality. Okay, indirectly, directly, however way, somehow, wherever your outlook on in life is becomes your reality. Wherever your perception in life is becomes your reality. Even before they do them to you, you don't see them. It's like you're seeing red. If you're thinking red flag everywhere, right? You see red flag everywhere. That's just how life works. Then emotional intelligence. If you learn these skills, right, it makes those other things better, right? So, for example, when we say I'm a realist, right? If I'm a realist, I see things as they are. That should include understanding that other human beings are emotional beings. Understanding that when the Koreans come here, they don't want all this Oyinbo you are talking about. They just want to protect Korra. I need to understand that. That's not their job to understand that. If I'm running a platform, it's my job to understand that and be patient with that conversation. Right? That conversation is not going to be as simple as, well, I see that Korra is just a bad person. You just get your channel banned and you just be crying to the wolf for no reason. You see what I'm saying there? So being a realist is a good thing, but it must include all of the variables involved. The fact that human beings are emotional beings, the fact that people buy into you emotionally before they justify with logic later. The fact that, thank God, Chinye is here. She actually already said earlier, she said, I'm a little biased. That's self-awareness, right? Listen, though, I like this girl, though. She might do wrong, oh, and I know if it see the wrong. Let me just warn you up front. She's saying I'm a human being. That is as realist as it gets. You see what I'm saying? So when we're doing all that, we should just remember that the best way to protect your relationship is all of this. Does that mean you shouldn't do the financial protection or prenup? No, it doesn't mean that. It actually equips you even better, right? So, for example, you're about to get married in the next 1 year, and your husband to be presents our prenuptial agreement. You have two choices. You can get in your emotions and be like, I can't believe you won't trust me, right? Or you can be like, interesting, let me see that. All right, put it right there. What else is going on today? Right? Shock him, right? You have that choice, right? When you put that thing there, you say, tomorrow morning, after you've processed, because you're a human being, if you're set up that, like most of us, you will kick kind of against it. But you've taken yourself to another level. You say, so babe, about the agreement you showed me, thank you for sharing that. I'm going to find a lawyer so we can make sure we do what's fair, protect my interest as well. Right? That's another level of conversation. Brother Ben, Uncle Ben, do people fall out of the skies to know how to do that? No. Most people are not going to do that. They will have to have a certain level of skills to do it the second choice. What most of them will do is get triggered. They might not even be able to respond right away, but they will get triggered left and right. Like, am I about to marry somebody that doesn't trust me? Their emotions will take them over. Rightfully so, because they're human beings like the rest of us. That's why I'm making noise. So, skills. Go and find an elderly person that has been married for a while. Find 3 of them. Ask them a few questions. Find the patterns. Don't do you. Find the patterns that's aligned between all 3 of them. And then in that time, you can now have the right to say, I'm going to do what works for me. Before that, you don't even know what's going to work for you. You're just talking from a place of pride. Go ahead, Brother Ben. I'm hearing you, sir.
All right. I wanted to chip in something. Brother?
Yes, I'm hearing. So, are you whipping somebody? Who are you whipping over there? I'm hearing like whip.
I'm at work.
Okay.
So my partner is the one crushing something. Okay, brother. Now, the other aspect I want to talk about this Korra thing is to make reference to the topic you actually brought to the platform today. The woman that was advising Korra on her platform, and I'm so glad that Sesmo helped us tell us more about the lady, who she was and all that. And the only place I have a little disagreement with you is when you said you don't support the advice the woman gave to Korra. Are you hearing me, brother?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So when you say you don't support the advice the woman gave to Korra, I'm a little bit not on the same page with you on that one. And here is my reason.
Don't move too
Now,
fast. Or which part specifically? I didn't just disagree with her.
You said you disagree when the woman said Korra should stop talking. You remember?
I don't remember that. It must have been in a certain context. I'm not sure.
Okay, Sister Chinye, did you grab that part? There was a time you said you read it again and said you don't agree with that advice that Korra should keep quiet.
She said Korra should stop the bullshit, right? She said, "I'm for Korra, stop the bullshit. You will swallow your tongue. My daughter, men are not emotionally attached to children. I don't say they don't love their children, but the pain you feel while fighting for the children is double that of a man. If I were you, I would try to make peace. See, Justin has now deharmed you. That's men. My baby daddy also told me." So there's that part. There's also the part where she said, one person will be sober. The kind of push where, okay, Justin, I'm a single mother. I mean, I'm not sure. There's got to be something specific in a certain context that I might have disagreed with. But go ahead.
Yeah,
maybe you explain it.
When she was saying that she should stop talking and all that, and then you said, no, that she should talk, that there are some people who will not talk. There's a way you put it that I say, no, I don't agree with that. Because now, basically, why I'm saying I don't agree is because Sister Chinye asked a very valid question that what should women in situation like this do?
Chinye, do you remember where I disagree with Auntie Akothee? I'm trying to remember. There is something very specific that I said I disagree with. I swear you both, you were never friends. You were dating your enemies. I did disagree with her on that. Yeah, I disagree with her on that. If you've spoken to divorcees a lot, you know that's false. A lot of them were friends and not enemies before they ended up in that poto. But that wasn't it, right, Brother Ben?
No, that wasn't it. It was just, maybe when you replay this clip, you'll get it. It was just when you were saying, when she said Korra should not be talking, and then you were like, no, she has to talk or something.
She said Korra should find peace. That's what she said. She didn't say she shouldn't be talking.
Okay. No, but I thought the way I interpreted it, because that was one of the reasons I was mentioning, like, okay, she's been quiet. There are a lot of times when she will keep quiet, but he'll keep dragging her, and then eventually she has to, like, try to protect herself. And then
I did say she shouldn't just be quiet. Yes. Just shut up and agree with the guy. I don't agree with that. Okay. But there was a particular context to it. As in, like, I don't want her to just be agreeing. She will end up resenting that strategy if she just shut up. If you remember the beginning of the show,
you step all over.
Yeah, you get stepped. This guy will step all over you. Okay. you will hate yourself. And then you backfire even further. It's like somebody who say, I want to eat ice cream just for the next 3 months because I want to lose weight. When they come back to that ice cream 3 months, they're going to gain twice the weight.
Okay. Yeah. You know why I said I don't agree with that is this. Mm-hmm. You see, we learn from others' experience. Mm-hmm. And that usually is like the best teacher ever. When somebody who has been in a position tell you that I have gone through this, and the woman that is advising Korra here, she said it herself. She had kids with multiple men, divorced twice, married to white men, and then later married to someone in Sweden. Maybe you didn't call that. I think Sesmoa or you, somebody was giving us
we caught that. We caught that. I read a full story.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So now, to me, that is exactly one of the best people to advise Korra. And here is why I'm choosing this. Yeah. If you deal with these people here, you will know that when you have altercation with them, when you have issue with them, issue of this magnitude, the best way to corner them is to not give them anything to work with. You walk in silence.
We agree on that. We agree on that. I just don't think silence as a vacuum is a thing. You will hurt yourself.
Not as a vacuum.
Yeah, you must be working on yourself in that moment.
The thing is, if you ask a lot of people, I have like 3 people around me, so close to me, who has gone through this custody battle. That's why I always say, I pray custody battle will never happen to anyone. Anybody who has gone through it, they will tell you similar experience. If you are in a battle with someone who used to be your friend and now your enemy, in a custody battle, someone who knows everything about you, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
That's rough.
That thing get dirty so fast. It goes out so
very fast.
So what I know is, when the moment your case is in court, if you are not talking, you are making it difficult for your opponent to have anything to use against you, except what they've had in the past. But when you are talking, while you are talking, you know, lawyers are very smart people. You will be revealing and giving them other things to work with.
But from my observation, I don't follow Korra like that. Okay, that's why I'm glad that I have the likes of Chinye here, Sesmore here. I saw what's her name earlier on. She was typing in all caps. You could tell that she's a die-hard Korean. Oli Mary, what a name, Oli Mary. That's why I'm glad I have them here. You know, you said what? Who else?
Oli Mary, Samoa, and Arrow Princess.
Arrow Princess. Okay, so you could tell these people are Koreans, but they are listening to what we have to say about this, right? Now, check. Is this the part you're talking about? She said he has the right to dictate how he wants his children handled. Whether it's malicious, bitter, or genuine, you can take this to the bank. I find both of you toxic, right? It looks like both of you need help. I swear you both were never friends. Okay, maybe it's just something I said, not necessarily what she said.
No problem, but let me just say this generally to answer Sister Chiye's question that what can Korra or somebody in Korra should do in a situation like this? Now, I'm just going to say like in Nigeria, man, the way we handle case in Nigeria is different from how they handle case here in abroad. And if you have any case here abroad, what I will advise you to do first and foremost is to shut up publicly.
I think she did that.
That's what I will advise first.
Yeah, I think we agree on that, by the way. We agree on that.
Number 2, when you have issue with somebody here in America, and that person is attacking you, you don't back down, especially if you are from Africa. When you back down, you are gone. If they are attacking you, you attack back. I'm not saying attack in form of physical or
at least with strategy. Have some strategy. At least have some strategy.
That's what I mean. So when the person is coming at you very hard, you go after them double harder. That's the only way they back down here. It's the same principle across board, even at workplace. As an African person, if you're working in a place where you have multicolor people and you have white people, of course, you know those who are going to be the boss. You're the boss. You already know them. They will try to trample on you. Now, when they attempted the first time, you were like, oh, don't talk. You were quiet. And you are in trouble. They are coming back more harder. Later, they will start. In fact, you will be struggling to breathe. But when they bring it the first time, and you shut it down intelligently, not like African basketball's way, but the moment they bring it and you let them know, oh, do you know you are actually stomping upon my right now? Do you know this thing you're doing is actually against my right in so area? Then they fear about it. Oh, I'm sorry. They will never try it again with you. So if you are somebody in Korra's shoe, if you want to go into this, you are going in with full force and you don't want to be stupid while you are doing it. The reason this guy is still having the balls to come on social media, talk nonsensical, even talk more than African Mugo Park self, Jesus.
Because his butt hurts. I covered this. Was it 2 years ago? That was exactly my first take on it. In fact, there were people in the chat They were like, this one. So men is always at fault. I said, this one is not a matter of fault. This one is, what do you guys call it again? Mogo Park. This one is a different level. It was just obvious. And the first video that came out was him trying to talk to her and she was ignoring him. And then he decided to call it off completely. He released the video. You know my take. You recorded the whole video of your own family and you put it out. I don't know how you're going to justify that. Well, I need to record it because I need to show something to the court. Really? That's what you can come up with? Okay. You know.
That's it. And just to add to that.
So are you agree with me or you just disagree with me? They are lost.
On what? No, I said I disagree with that statement where you said it earlier. By the time you rewatch this video,
I don't rewatch my video. What do you mean? I don't rewatch my videos. What kind of time do we have?
You have to. You have to, bro.
I think I know why Emwa was saying that. Are you agreeing with Bola or you're not? Because there are two aspects that you spoke about. One aspect you saying that they shouldn't be talking online, and then another aspect you said they can approach it strategically instead of applying it like a buzz boost.
Okay.
They could say, do you know you're infringing on my rights? So in essence,
because that's what I said, right?
In essence, they're actually, addressing it. So, because I wanted to backtrack real quick. In the very beginning, when he started coming on, she did this, she cheated on me when she was pregnant. She did this, she did that. She's this, calling her all kinds of names, and then when he was saying all those things, and Korra kept quiet and was begging him behind the scenes, and then he kept slandering. I was like, "Oh, you see," just like he really wanted her to talk. So that's why I said, "You see, she actually did all the stuff that I'm saying that she did because she's not saying anything. So she did it, and then that's when she finally came out and was begging the fans to please forgive her for being fake." Being fake in terms of that their marriage was not perfect. That their marriage was not perfect, but she was portraying that it was online, it was perfect. So she was apologizing.
Oh, okay, that's what she was at that time. Yes. So her words were being taken out of context, essentially.
She was she apologized for that, and then she opened up about what was actually happening. And then people down saw, this man is evil. So this is what you're doing. And then another video of him came out when he was cursing her out, saying, really,
I remember that video. Yeah.
Thing saying, and she's like, don't curse me out in front of the kids, or I'll curse you out in front of her until she turns 18. So that was what gave people more insight. Like, so this is what you're doing behind the scenes, and you're out here.
If I were to give anybody credit, right now, at this point in time, because what they're going through is not easy for anybody, right? If I were to give anybody credit for conduct, how they conducted themselves, overall, definitely Korra will take that trophy every day. Okay? Yeah. The fact that she didn't abandon the heart, it was after that she released probably a few songs. She's gone to Nigeria after that, right? She could literally sit tight and just drag this man all day long. There's more than enough women on the internet that will support her just to talk about this shit all day long and will pay her for it. She could literally wallow in that nonsense. So I'm going to give her the credit for doing that. She's going to continue to need support systems, right? But again, listening to that interview with Adeshokwe, it tells me that she's doing some work on herself behind the scenes too, right? Somebody said earlier that thing wasn't juju. I get it. I was making a point that that's not spirituality. That's all, But I would definitely give her that credit, But overall, I think she's done a fantastic job. If we look at this guy's supposed to be a chiropractor, supposed to be practicing.
I practice my foot. Where is he practicing?
That doesn't. So some people might even say, hey. But why are you believing just what Korra said? It's not about believing what Korra said. If you open your mouth and you give me 3 sentences, I can tell when you're lying or you're not lying. Yeah. I might not be able to listen. I can tell. I just told you I can tell. As in, like, I will create a belief system around your 3 statements and I will make up my mind what I think you are. Off of 3 statements. Now, is that wise for me to make outright assumption and make moves live decisions around that. No, you're right. I won't do that too. I'm not stupid. I'm just saying I'm starting to make up my mind. Like I'm already creating a persona around who you are after 3 sentences. That's the way it works, right? Even when people are not aware enough to tell you that this is what they do, people prejudge you once you walk up into a room. You have not opened your mouth to talk. Just how you walk into the room, they already have an idea of what they think you are. Oftentimes, they're surprised that they were wrong because you didn't really open your mouth. But once you open your mouth and you talk, they probably know. They probably know something. They can. I always say, as human beings, we are spiritual beings. We have incredible radar for bullshit. We can smell it. We might not be able to put our fingers exactly on what it is, right? So if she's been having conversations, she does this thing that she does live stream where she's eating and she's talking. I always wonder, why I would never sit and be listening to somebody eating Indomie randomly. No, that's not me, right? I don't have time for that. But anyway, she has friends that are doing that. 400, 300, 200, and they are paying attention to that. That is powerful. That is influence. That is influence. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very important to just understand that it's not about people are believing Korra and they chose not to believe Justin. There's just some moves that, and then when you consider social context, social construct, right? You're like, it's not a matter of that we know the facts.
When you move mad, we see your nyash.
We can just see. We can like this guy, like, okay, this guy right here is like, I can't put my finger on it, but this guy is completely has gone left, you know, and that's what we can see, you know. Miss Sophia said, but Ben, you have another. Did we address that issue? I think we did, right?
No. Read comment. I will just round up once you read comment. I'll round up my
all right, great. He was the first person that brought this whole drama on social media. Yes, I remember that. I did not know who Korra Obidi was until this guy brought the Anyash to the internet, and many people did not know. So when he came on social media with the drama, Korra wasn't responding to him. No, I remember that. Even the first video, she was not responding. That doesn't mean she was innocent. But to me, we're talking about social awareness. We're talking about social intelligence, right? And that's a big deal. If a man is going to be the first to pull his family on the internet, yes, it's at fault for everything. Everything that goes downhill from that point is at fault. I don't even like using the word fault, but yes, it's at fault. He brought that drama to the internet streets, and that's just what that is. It doesn't matter everything. So it doesn't matter what she did. No, you're missing the point. In reality, not my opinion. In reality, it does not matter what happened before that point in time. It's like, I know I don't want to compare it to buy somebody, right? Once you buy somebody, it does not matter. Don't you get it? There are some things like that in life. Regardless, depending on where you are in life, what position you're occupying, what position of leadership you're claiming to occupy, it doesn't matter what triggered you to do what you did. Once you've committed certain things, it's over. It's your fault. Not my opinion. Just your reality, your result will tell you it's your fault. The whole world, the universe will drag you filth because you created that exposure. Because nobody's life is perfect, right? Everybody knows what everybody has something going on, right? They wrap it up and they keep it and they protect it, they elevate it, they edify it until it becomes better. But you chose to bring yours to the internet street. Then it is what it is, you know. So if that means it's your fault, then it's your fault. So he will continue to get dragged. Unfortunately, Korra is getting dragged too. But if she's doing the inner work, that what it sounds like on that interview, I think she's gonna be just fine. It's actually gonna make her greater. Look at how we talk about Akothee today, right? She's been through a lot, but the light we shed on our journey today is a beautiful thing. And nobody's life is perfect, so there's gonna be a rough patch along the way. Go ahead, Brother Ben. Let me get your last words so we can round up. All right, let me get Chinye's last words. And then hopefully Brother Ben will be back. I think he's at work. And he's going 3, 2, 1, and 0. Thank you, Chinye, for coming up. I know you're busy. A busy mama on a Mother's Day. Brother Ben, are you back? Yes?
Yeah,
no?
brother.
Give me your last word, brother.
Okay. Basically, before I give you my last word, there is just one tiny aspect we didn't tidy up yet.
Yes.
At the point when you were going through the analysis and we are going back and forth in the comment, something came up about stepdad. You remember?
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
The Future
something came
story.
up.
Future and Russell Wilson. Yes.
Yeah, so something came out about stepdad, and I said, me personally, I pray God will never let me see divorce.
That kind of situation. I know.
I don't pray so.
That's
But I'm
word.
telling you now, like the kind of a dad that I am, if I'm in that situation and I have an ex who don't understand how co-parenting works, and she's remained bitter because whether I move on with another woman or something, and then she want to, because what I found a lot of women doing is they want to use your children to be the point where they get to hit you and hit you hard all the time. Now, if I see a stepfather comes in and the stepfather say in head knock, you are taking picture of my children, posting them on social media. Brother, I don't want to say this on public platform.
Yeah, whisper
Let me
it.
just-
Whisper.
let me just let it go.
Yeah, whisper it. What you go
He go
do?
collect.
What you go do now?
No, I don't tell you, he go collect. Man, just put
Why?
it like that in
Why?
Nigerian parlance.
Why?
He will collect and collect badly. Let me
Why?
know.
Wait, are you snapping your fingers? Why? Kilo shele. Kila gbe, kila.
Mr. Chinye,
Yeah, please.
You're asking me why.
Break down what the issue is about this.
no,
When-
but you
when-
I
when
already
it's-
explained
when
it.
it's a new
I already
family.
explained it. I said, if I happen to be a divorcee and my wife or my ex-wife,
No, she heard you now. She said why. She heard you. She said why.
I'm explaining again for her now. If my ex-wife do not understand the concept of co-parenting, that's where the problem is, and that is where I think a lot of analysts and many people miss it wrong. Women don't get the idea of co-parenting, what it means. To me, co-parenting simply means that you are both showing your children love, you are both working on a schedule that fits both of you, and you are not going to be having all these bass both. You just want the parents, the children, to still have that feel, that love that they deserve from both parents. And for a man, if you are co-parenting, it means you are doing everything you are supposed to do. When it is time for money, you show up. When it is time for you to be there for care, you show up. When it's time for PTA meeting, anything in the schedule that is assigned to you, you are always there to play your part in a way that even your kids can tell that, oh, my dad got this. My dad is there. Are you feeling me now?
Okay.
Now, please hear me out. If somebody is a deadbeat dad,
Right.
he doesn't show up, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't care about the children or something. The mother is the one who is playing the role of both father and mom. And then the mother now find another man who steps in and be playing the role of a dad. That is a different ball entirely.
That's the
But I'm
situation
saying
with Sierra
for
now.
me,
That's the situation with Sierra. What you
I
just
don't even. No. I'm not even talking
Just
about
with
those
Sierra.
people case. So okay, I see where you are coming from, Sister
No, you're
Chiye.
not talking about those people. This what you said right now is the exact situation with Sierra. Because
Fine.
Future is not in the life of his son. You know, like they were having issues with, you know, like they had they were engaged, they had a toxic breakup, but then he's not in the life of the show. He's not showing up as a dad. He has so many other kids with different other women. He's not showing up as a dad. And this man got involved in Sierra's life, and things are working out fine for him, and he shows up as a dad for this child. And then Future has the audacity to be running his mouth like, "Oh, why are you taking pictures of my son?"
I didn't even know he cared enough to run his mouth. I thought he completely ignored them.
And to this day, there's no relationship with that. This man is there taking care of your child instead of just being humble, trying to because I've seen situations whereby biological fathers, when they want to do something with their child, they take permission from the stepdad because the stepdad is now the dad.
Wait, Chiye.
Say that again. Let me hear that part again.
Okay. Repeat it.
I'll give you a complete example.
Okay.
This comedian who's very muscular, his wife is really light skinned. He's very funny. He's a comedian. Help me. He's in Americans Got Talent.
Okay. Americans Got Talent. No. Wait. I don't know that though.
He's a dancer. He used to play football, and then he became an actor. He makes silly faces. He dances, and then in America's Got Talent, he's like a host or whatever.
I don't know. I don't watch American Got Talent. Terry Crews? You talk about Terry Crews?
Yes, him.
Oh, I know Terry Crews. He's still married to his girl. Yeah.
Yes. So
To the white half black woman lady.
right.
Yeah.
So when they got together, the lady had a daughter.
She had daughters. Yes.
Had
He has a stepdaughter who is really his daughter. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So this is a perfect example. When they got together, that child at the time was still a little toddler.
Right. She was a toddler.
That
Yep.
was the dad that girl knew the whole time. So when the biological dad started trying to establish relationship with her, trying to do stuff with her, that man was so respectful of Terry that he would talk to Terry before, like it's almost like permission, like a respect.
So he became closer to Terry,
Yeah.
even more, probably more than the mother.
The child is so close to Terry. So her biological dad would basically, sorry about all the commotion in the background. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So somebody was snapping. I have a question for you, Brother Ben.
So real quick,
Okay.
so the biological father would take permission from Terry Crews, and Terry's always like, I'm, your dad. You guys can.
Like I'm just a bonus dad, right?
The biological dad. So what do you have to say about that? And now you're talking about common ordinary taking picture and online. And
No, but Ben has the point. I don't want us to dry away from his point, and that's the question I have for him. And I want you to chime in, Chinye. But Uncle Ben said, Uncle Beno, let's call him his brand name. He said, right? This is his exact point, and that's what I want us to address, right? He said, hold on, I'm trying to pull it back to the screen. Especially if my ex isn't cooperating with co-parenting. That is his point of contention. Okay? He's not saying, he's just saying, so my question for you, Uncle Beno, is that how are you going to, what standards, how are you going to determine who is co-parenting properly or not? How exactly do you plan to do that?
Okay. Here is the thing. First and foremost, outside the legal requirement that has to be met, because most time from what I've learned from co-parenting here in America, you're going to have some officers that are working with you who is going to define the time, maybe weekends. Are you going to be doing 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off?
Right.
Who have them during holidays and all that. They have like a schedule for that. Okay.
Right.
Now, those schedules are put in place for couples who are hard-headed, who don't want to work together. So the government steps in to help them smooth it out. Now,
Right.
but for couples who truly understood that, it's like our marriage is not working. We got to go. For our own good, we have to go our separate way. I think one of us is toxic. Like maybe you know the saying, somebody can be a good father and a very toxic
Terrible husband. Yes.
And someone can be a good mother and a delicate wife, So if that's the situation and we both separated with divorce, now some couples have what it takes to overcome their mistake and say, you know what, I think me and my ex-partner, we are not actually compatible. But I think for the sake of our children, we can be friends, not close friends, but we can be friends as far as it relates to our children, meaning we want to work together. I've seen couples who have a court schedule that says, okay, the husband will have the kids from Friday, Saturday to Sunday. And the husband have an engagement coming that he's not going to be available. And instead of going through the route of applying to court, notify them and all that, all he has to do is pick the phone call and call the baby's mom and say, hey, I'm sorry, I have something coming up this weekend. I won't be able to pick my boy up. Can you please help me make provision? I will make it up to you. And the baby mom will say, oh, that's fine, no problem.
Right.
You can stay. You know, now those are the people who I said they understood what co-parenting is all about. Now, let's take it one step further. There are some women that when they moved on, they found love again, and another man steps in. Those women will make sure they set a boundary between their new husband and their ex. And while they're setting up that boundary, they're going to inculcate some limit of respect that is expected from both men. You feel me now? This is what I mean by respect that is expected from both men. Now, for instance, there is a new man in the house. You are the dad. You are coming to pick your son. Courtesy demand that you call.
Right.
Hey.
We don't just want you hanging out by the fridge and I just walk into my house and I see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's different. We were talking about photos now.
No, I'm coming now. I'm coming to where I'm making my point. Now, you are respecting the stepdad. On the other hand, the stepdad's supposed to respect you too. You feel me? Let me give you an example. Okay, stepdad want to go to a show this weekend, and he already bought like 3 tickets or whichever for himself, the wife, and then maybe for your son or your daughter. But he did not consult you before he bought the ticket. And that game happens to be on the weekend that you were supposed to have your baby. Now, you are on your way to pick baby up. You already make arrangement. You put everything on hold that you're supposed to do. On your way there, you are on call. Hey, I'm coming to pick up my baby Daniela, or I'm coming to pick up Josie. And the next thing you hear is, oh, I'm sorry, we're at the game. Josie is with us. You can come next time. Are you seeing what I'm saying now? Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Oh, okay. All right. I get what you're saying now. Go ahead.
They went ahead, go to the game, they have fun, took picture, everything. The next thing, he's showing your son on social media. Yeah, daddy and son bonding. Oh, family go. Your son, the ex-wife and himself, family go bonding. Then people come on that comment. Oh, you're such a great dad. Oh, you step up when the
So they are peppering you on the internet with photos on Instagram.
Listen, but you're getting what I'm saying now. It's not a matter of being peppered. You know the way this thing goes. For couples who are divorced, couples who are separated, and they never understood that whatever grievances.
Don't read the chat, talk to me here. Don't read the chat.
Grievances they have going on, whatever resentment they have towards each other, the children should become their priority the moment after separation. Those are the one I'm talking about here. Now, when you see all that going on, and you are a dad, that you are invested in your kid, and you do respect the boundary that this woman has moved on, she now have a new husband, and you do everything appropriately. But some of these stupid husbands that just see woman pick, you think, oh, hey, I'm the man. This man now, that were not there when your child was given birth to, that were not there when you were having sleepless night, that were not there when you are raising this boy to maybe 4 years, 5 years old, before both happen and you are separated. He now step in because now the boy don't need him to clip poop anymore or something. He's now trying to flex muscle. Do you get what I'm saying? That's where I said that kind man go collect.
But you got replaced. If you are replaced, you are replaced. It might actually be for the betterment of everybody.
Look,
right? This might actually be for the betterment of everybody. I want to go back to what you're saying. Let's go back to what you're saying.
I don't want us to take this lightly. You know, every time when I come, I'll tell you that I'm speaking about reality of what is going on.
No, it's going on. It's going on.
Because
let's not trivialize it, right? Let's not trivialize it.
There are a lot of single women out there now who are in the situation I'm talking about right now.
Right.
I'm not in the situation.
I want to speak to the. I want to. No, obviously you're not. I want to speak to that worst case scenario. Okay, what you're speaking to is a worst case scenario, right? Sesma said Uncle Beno is taking worst case scenario of a person that does not have common courtesy. What you're speaking of is literally just common courtesy, right? A normal co-parenting situation means all the adults, including the step-parents, knows the boundaries, right? And that also means that if there's, because boundaries might be crossed sometimes, that means if there's conflict, you're able to resolve it without dragging the children in our bullshit, because that's what we tend to do, right? Because there will be conflict, regardless of, the boundaries. When the conflict happens, do we have enough people, enough whole person that can at least calm down? Auntie Akothee calls it the sober person that can say, okay, let's sort this out, right? And sometimes after you sort it out, the other person, the reason why I pushed against you a little bit is another person who doesn't feel right yet is still saying they are bad at co-parenting, so they cannot take picture. It's just coconutted. It's just coconutted, essentially, right? And they are saying they can't take picture, but actually they are the one that's causing the trouble. That's why I asked you, who is the one determining the standard of what is co-parenting or not? Some people have coconut, they are the troublemaker, right? But they're the one accusing the other person of co-parenting, right? Exactly. And sometimes it's a little bit of patience that's needed. See how you went to worst case scenario. Let's go to the other worst case scenario angle. The other worst scenario angle now is a person with a coconut head who is the one who is accusing you first. Justin is an example of that, right? They will find the reason and say, well, I'm just protecting the VJJ of my daughter. What do you want me to do?
I don't even like to talk about this guy, Gary.
But he will literally use the same talking point. So we use that, like once we hear the talking point that you can't take, I'm going to use coconut, you can't take pictures. Like, you're already sounding like you're the troublemaker. People can pick that up, obviously not you, but people can pick that up. Say, I know what you said on paper makes sense, that there should be boundaries, and they can't just seize your baby and they're taking picture with your baby on the internet and peppering you. Of course, that would trigger any human being, right? But we're talking about, hey, there was one weekend that they missed. They traveled around Canada. They did the driving, but they were too tired. They decided to rest one day. It tampers into your visitation. So you decided to use this as a weapon to drag the whole family. Have you not heard of that before? You can't just be like, hey, I understand. It's okay. It's cool. But if it's a repeated offense, there's courts. There's talking to the person, hey, I want to have the babies on the days I want to have the babies. I understand that you guys are having fun and stuff like that, but I just wanted to let you know that it's been about 3 times that's happened. Can you have a conversation at that level? You can't have a conversation at that level, right? But now, you don't even have the conversation. You just bottle that issue inside. You're looking for the day they will take picture with your son to drag them. That's sadly, Brother Ben, Uncle Beno, that's sadly what we heard. We heard coconut head. When you said what you said, and you're right, you said what you said. It was very clean, it was straightforward, which is, hey, if the other person doesn't know how to co-parent, we should have assumed that you're saying according to the standard of the court. If the person is not co-parenting as they should, don't take picture with my child. We should have assumed that, but usually that's not the case. The person who is leading with coconut head, they tend to go in and they have all the right and they have their own feelings of why they are asking that don't take picture of men. And like I said when I was talking about that during the analysis, as men, we all feel that. Like if I'm feeling some type of way that you pull the rug up from under me about the marriage, you'd ask for divorce, and I didn't know that we had issues, and now you've moved on and random people are taking pictures of my son. Yes, I would naturally feel that, right? But I better have enough support system around me, enough wisdom around me that will say, hey, let it go. If anything, if she's just moved on, try to have a relationship with whoever that new father is, and just do your own part, right? Do your own part, and if they don't do their own part, there are systems in place to facilitate that they do their own part. Yeah. So I don't disagree with you, but we did assume that you're coming from a coconut head standpoint.
No, not matter of coconut. I give the situation that might warrant it, okay? And why I say that is because this is actually our reality now. Whether we like it or not, there is going to be more divorce. There is going to be more single mom. There's going to be more single father.
Yeah. I understand.
I know the talk again now, which Chidima don't come.
She the one don't come. She said hello.
My professor can't begin boast me now. Anyway, so what I'm saying, brother, is that we have this situation on ground now. Whether we like it or not, there's going to be more divorce because women are now woke. And men are still continuing to be coconut head.
So men are sleeping and women are woke.
Yes, so it's still happening.
Wow.
But I'm just coming from a point of view that anybody who find themselves in that situation, see, it's a never-ending struggle. If you and your ex can't make it work. Now, I do understand that initially when people break up, the man, is usually the one that move on first. He will quickly find another woman. He go say he don't begin to enjoy life. The woman will tarry a little bit. And for some women that are very lucky, they quickly find a man. But whichever way, sometimes jealousy will step in, especially if the man happens to be a very controlling man before the bad blows happen. Once you see that another man has stepped in, and the other man is beginning to treat, because I do tell my fellow men this all the time, and I'm still going to repeat it on this platform. If you have a good woman and you do not appreciate that you have a good woman, see, when she finally summons the courage and leaves you, she will end up with a man that will take pamper, finish her life. In a way that when you can't see your wife again,
you go lose your mind.
Say, is this the person I used to?
It will be like you where they see big breasts. You is like, this woman did big breasts. Like, no. Wait, you are saying big breasts? What happened?
So all I'm saying is this, please, our sisters especially, because Auntie B was mentioning something very critical, very crucial in her last two shows, but I was too busy, I can't be there. So Auntie B was mentioning the fact that women are the one who are attached to children the most, no matter how it is. Man, some of my gender,
at least from a physical standpoint,
some of them they only show they care about their children when people are watching. Once people are not there, they just for money. When people grow up, they go. But a mother can never turn away. A mother can have children for 4 different men. She will love all the children the same way. Why she's in battle with all the 4 men?
Yeah.
So please, this issue of co-parenting is a big deal. You got to find a way to make it work. And if you remember during the chat, I asked if you watch Karamo show. I don't even know that you did.
Oh yeah, you did that. I didn't know what is Karamo show.
Yeah, it's a talk show host.
Oh, Karamo has a show. In fact,
Nigerian American. What is this?
He's an African American dude, but he's very, very good. He's a therapist. Is it
on YouTube?
He's on YouTube.
They posted it to the backstage now. Make us see him.
The show even plenty. There are some that I took the snapshot that I want to even react to. I was gonna talk to you about it, but I was just too busy. You see, the cases of all these co-parenting, divorce, and everything, they brought this to Karamo every time. And what I like about Karamo is, in fact, sometimes when Karamo is talking, I will say, this one, na bro, last senior brother be this. You talk almost the same way. Karamo is calm, he's cool, but he's gonna tell you where you fuck up, no matter who you be.
Oh, okay.
And the thing with Karamo is, it doesn't matter who brought the case. Once they start talking, because he will even tell you, I'm an expert, I'm paid to listen to what you are talking and start making something out of what is coming out of your mouth. Wow. If I still said it in one of the shows I watched yesterday, I said, you see, this is brother, senior brother. They are eating from the same plate now.
So my senior brother stole my style. That's what you're saying right now. My senior brother, is he older? Is he like an older person?
You don't worry. Once you watch him, you will get around. Okay. In fact, you will even forget all these people. You will be reacting to a lot of stuff on his show. Because
I'd love to see that. Yeah, let me see that.
I see where both of you are coming from, and in fact, it was from Karamo that I get to understand how you are operating on your platform, because it's like something similar. It's just that on Karamo, people actually, just like the way people go to reality.
There are people there. He's getting there's guests there.
As they are talking, he will advise them there, pop and play, and then he will break everything down for them. And anybody that doesn't, he will just say, "I wish you good luck." So that's why that's why I brought Karamo in, because I saw many of these cases on Karamo's platform. And when some mother come accusing the dad, he do this, he do that, blah, 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 blah. By the time they are done, at first I feel like, the way this woman has gone, everybody is already agreeing with this one. Then Karama will come and simply we are talking about co-parenting. This is co-parenting. This is not about.
He will bring it back to the actual issue.
Exactly. This is about the child. Yeah, the dad might act somehow, he might do it, but he's still the father.
Welcome to the real world.
Both of you have to do this thing together.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I will send some of them to you to see. So that's just what I'm saying. When it comes to issues like this, some of women, we are passionate about our kids. We may not be a good husband, but we might be the best dad. I remember one time, I think it's on your platform or maybe it's anti-B platform, I mentioned the case of a guy a stepfather who went ahead and bought bike for another man's son, knowing fully well that the man has bought the bike, the man came, they were not at home. And then he now went that he's going to come back. Before he come back, the stepdad took the boy.
Well, let me pray for that kind of person.
And bought bike for the boy. I was so pissed.
Let me pray for that kind of person. If you have a stepdad who is outrightly, he's just trying to pepper you, he might destroy you. Okay, that is an extreme story, and you should watch your back. Okay, and you're going to need more of everything I talk about here, even in that kind of situation. You know, because that's not really typical. That person is just outrightly looking. They might just be trying to get their girl. Your ex-girl is now their ex. Your ex-boo is now their boo. Usually it's that simple. If you know that it's that simple,
don't use the kids for it.
Don't use the kids. But if they now see, I cannot address an evil person. I can address you that an evil person is coming for you. If you find yourself in a situation and an evil new boo of your ex-boo is literally trying to attack you in that way, overreacting will not help you. You will need more of everything I say on this platform more than that person, because that person is not going to listen to me. They just want to destroy you, right? You will need more of what I'm saying. Me just sitting on this platform and telling you how evil that person is, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you because clearly I have to agree with you that they are evil. What are you going to do about this evil person who is buying a bike for your own son, intentionally wanted to spite? What are you going to do? I'm asking you, it's a real question. What do you want to do about that is the question.
Bola, you won't laugh?
No, I won't laugh.
Answer that?
Oh yeah, tell us now. Tell us. What you go do?
Brother, this is where the wahala the day. That guy will go. He is replacing me, remember? But you can't replace me and you want to become a stumbling block between the relation between me and my son. It means that he married.
So you go to court and drag yourself. You drag your children in court now. What do you want to do?
No, I'm not dragging. I will simply frustrate him until even the wife will no longer look good to him again. I will make life look. They can go to restaurant.
Let me ask you like this.
Don't drive by.
Let me ask you like this.
I think I can just park in front of my boat, just shaking leg.
Well, let me ask you like this. It's a very simple question now. If he goes low, are you going to go lower or higher?
I go under the table, safe.
Okay, all right. I wish you best of luck. Come for yourself.
You sound like Karamo now. I wish you best of luck.
What I go do now? As a grown person, you got to do what you want to do, right?
Good one, bro.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. All right, yeah.
Thank God. I enjoy being here with Sister Chinye today. If not Choma or Kidima, but I don't like my bomb.
You have to pay.
The thing, I want to say something real quick though about the whole Russell situation. To be very honest, all I see from that is that Future was not showing up for his son. Future was away from the life of his son, and he felt a certain type of way. Ego, coconut head.
From about 12 kids, by the way. But go ahead.
Now in the life of,
he has about 12, right?
And also in the life of his ex-son. Like, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to just go to a game and then cut him off and not come on? So he was just like feeling a ways about that. It has nothing to do with this example that you gave, whereby this stepfather is purposely undermining the biological father by doing certain things.
Right.
Boy is not available. New man is available. and he's feeling a certain type of way that there's no picture with him and the son, and this new man is now taking pictures as if it's my son's father. That's all that is. And now that they, became a bigger family, have children, what is he gonna keep doing? Or when they have family pictures, cut Future Junior out just because to make Future feel good. Like he took several seats. Nobody hears from him. He has all these children everywhere that I don't even know if he shows up for them. Maybe there's one or two he shows up for.
He has the whole football
What
team.
he should do is to just follow his pride and ego, find a way to develop a relationship with his son, and that's it.
With the son and the mother, Sister Kinley. It's not only the son.
Of
You
course.
should find a way to develop a relationship with the son and also the mother.
Exactly. And because to get to the son, you have to go through the mother.
Yeah, because
Yes.
And
as
then
I said yesterday,
also,
go ahead, finish. Sorry.
That father will be there. So somehow, at least as men, they could shake hands or whatever. But my thing is, the way that he was going about it, that wasn't an intelligent way. And some men also had the same sentiments that he had, just like you also had. But they're missing the bigger picture. So now that they're a big family, like, if we cut the kid out and then have family picture with, and just all in the name of honoring his wish because of his ego, then that kid will feel like I'm not even part of this family. It's just so ridiculous. So I just think that was just foolish. This man is there taking care of your child that you're not taking care of, and you're feeling a ways that he's taking a picture. You're reading so many other meaning into it. You should just step up as a man and do your own part, because the children of this generation, they don't send your papa. If you're not there, you're not there. There's nothing like, oh, when they grow older, they'll come and find me. They no send you. I personally know of they're grown, they're in their 40s, where their father was not available. When you buy, they don't even go to a funeral.
Yeah, there's stories like that.
That went to the funeral.
I think what story was I covering yesterday about that?
Example of they know.
I think we were. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
So if you like,
Yes.
Continue.
Okay, I guess Chinye is like, I'm not going to listen to them. I'm just going to talk to the mic. That's what she's doing. Chinye, right? That's what you did, right? Chinye. Hello, Chinye. Hello. She's not hearing us.
Is a lot with connection?
No, we could hear you all the way, but I guess maybe her connection is loose. But anyway, I'm here. Chinye, can you? Are they here? Chinye, I'm right here. Can you hear me? No? Everybody else can hear me. But I bet you can hear me, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Gia, we heard you though. We heard. Please, somebody help me tell her in the chat that we heard everything she said. We were very, very patient. But Chia, let me. Yeah, she couldn't hear me. But anyway, let's do this. But I bet, thank you so much. I want to round up. Okay. You have a last word, because I think we don't talk this one. Taya.
Yeah. My last word is just. My prayer is for Korra Obidi, and Justin should check himself into some mental health hospital. He's getting out of hand. So, and for women out there, especially for those who want to marry white people, because I know a lot of my sisters, they are now sharing for white husband.
Voila.
We have excellent white men out there, and just like the way we have it in our black community too, it rains everywhere. But when you are getting married to a white man, do me a favor. When you are doing your research, when you are beginning to work towards that marriage, make sure you get to see their medical record. Okay?
Jesus.
I've never said this on any platform before, but I'm telling you right now, and as somebody who work in medical field, don't marry to anybody that you can't see their medical record. After all, you're gonna be together, Abi. If you marry the person, finish, the person get issue, are you not gonna be the one to take care of them? Right? And we talk about transparency, right? So show them your medical record, let them show you your medical record. If they can't show you their medical record, my sister, that's a red flag. And I know why I'm saying it. Okay. 2, if you are getting married to a white person, also have it at the back of your mind that Some of them are really, really mugo pack. And when it comes to love bombing, we black men, we are learning from white people.
You're learning.
To love bombing.
You went off it by flowers.
I'm telling you, we have
ordinary flower on the Mother's Day. It's a struggle
because of our sisters.
No, it's true.
Out there. Okay, I don't have problem with anybody. Marry whoever works for you, but be smart. Like I always said, life is a game. You play to win. Don't
just throw your hands in the air and you're just in love with the white man and
don't go. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, many of our sisters that get into marriage with a white man and later lamented is because the white man swept them off their feet at the early stage of the relationship.
Monsieur.
A white man can take you to the most expensive restaurant in your city for a dinner. He can take you to conferences. He can take you on vacations, lavish money, treat you things you don't ever imagine that you can do in your life. A white man can give you that. But beyond that, you have to be smart and open your eyes. Make sure you get to know who is this guy really, because there are some aspects of white people that you don't know. You only get to see them when you start living with them. They have families. They have people who are going to have opinions of you. They truly love you if they love you, but think smart. And whenever you getting married to a white person, don't call me with that African inferiority complex that he's a white man. Ooh, Jesse, talk to me. I'm just looking at him. His lip is red. Oh, look, you see that early stage that you are both starting is just you.
Jesus.
And that is how it's gonna be. By the time you get married, finally, it's still going to be just you and him. They don't do family like us. I'm sorry to say, I'm just gonna say, anybody will like you hear, you like, it's your own choice. But I know that I've said my piece. Once after marriage, it's still going to be you and them alone. If you think, there are some of them that are very nice, that they will allow your families to come. Some of them are like that. They are very cheerful. But majority of them, your family cannot come anyhow. May you give yourself brain. Your family cannot come anyhow. You cannot go to Nigerian parties anyhow. You cannot even, in fact, they will regiment everything, but they will control every aspect of your life. I pray you don't find yourself in such situation. And like I said earlier, a lot of sisters who got married to this kind of white men, they are already in the marriage. People have celebrated them, dance. Hey, Mary, by the time they are collecting their gas bills, it's very hard for them to come out and say, but boy, he maltreat me. So please, the same way we are preaching to our brothers and sisters that if you are in a relationship that is toxic, get out. If you are married to a white person and you notice that those toxicity have started, run, seek help. I am telling you right now, seek help. So, brother, that's where I'm going to draw my conclusion. And lastly, for those our sisters who are looking forward to marrying again, that they already have children, please, this co-parenting thing is a big deal. Learn how to do this co-parenting thing. Your husband, your ex, definitely might be coconut head at times, but just remember that as a mother, you are attached to your children way more than your ex. So try to smooth things out. Don't even factor him into competition or anything. That, let me show him now that I have my man. Because some people get married and they just want to show off their new man as if, I found a treasure. Don't do it. Anything you do is fighting your ex. If the ex now tackle head, it will come back and almost ruin the current relationship that I know. And I will tell you right now, if I'm married to you, you have 2 children from your former relationship, I love you, I love your children. But if I notice that your ex is beginning to give me stress, I won't remove myself with that. I'm the type of man who don't like to stay where trouble day. I'll just tell you, you know what? Let me just give you a small break.
So, Brother Ben, speaking of...
thank you.
So, Brother Ben, I know you said thank you, but speaking of stress, Sesma is here to stress your life today. She said, what advice do you have for the men? Every day advising women.
Look, advice men. I have advice for men. That's what I do on my platform every time. as a man, if you are listening to me right now, you should understand that divorce does not mean that you are not responsible for your son. And you should understand that once you fail to meet up your prerogative as a father after divorce, you are already signing away your access to your children or anything. And women are smarter these days. So once you are divorced, your ex-wife will be pained. Just like Brola is saying, you need strategy. Sometimes you have to stay quiet. Sometimes you have to not do anything. Just walk around things slowly until she calm down. And like Brola said, we don't approach things, we approach things from different angles. My own approach might be different from your approach, but the bottom line is that you want to have access to your children. Because make I tell you, I've covered some barriers here in the United States that those men who happen not to be in the life of their children came to their burial, they don't even shed tears. So you don't want to be in that position.
At least they came. You should be happy.
You don't want to be disconnected.
At least they came.
If Brala do another show, we can now talk more about men. But for now, thank you.
Yeah, another show.
Sesmo won't drag my life for me today.
All right, thank you, brother. We'll talk soon. Thank you. I appreciate you, boss. All right, yay. That was an awesome session. We're literally 3 hours and 37 minutes and 5 seconds into this show. Today we've had about 815 people stop by. I think we've picked at 50 at any point in time. But shout out to you. I appreciate you for sticking with me. You know, we want to keep having these conversations. I know that you guys engage the viral stuff more, but my main purpose is to bring a specific set of skill set for you to consider, especially if you know that what you've been doing before had not worked. You know, I want to say a quick shout out for the sponsor of today's show, Latu, $5. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you, Latu. Thank you. Yeah, she got money. Anyway, so I see we've already addressed one of this here. We just came back in. Chinye, did you come back in by mistake or?
No, on purpose, because I didn't give my final thoughts, and I saw myself in the back.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. You're good. I thought maybe you were getting engaged with something else, and you decided to just put us on mute and just talk.
I just noticed that I was in the backstage, and I didn't know how that happened.
Right.
But anyway, I just wanted to say, my regards to Korra and everything that she's going through. I hope she continues with the work that she's already doing on herself in terms of therapy, and also I hope she gets the right legal team, not just the ones that we just want to chop our money. She gets the right legal team, and I'm so sorry to say that the devil gets put to shame, and that those children actually, for real, gets protected, because this fool does not give a hoot about those children. She does not give a rat's nyash about those children, you know. And he really needs to seek help. Like, what's one of the things that really does my head in is, you know, there are people that just dislike Korra just for the sake of disliking her, even to the extent that there was a time he had syringes and the kids were moving around. Like, like the way he's moving shows that he's on something. Sometimes alcohol, sometimes it could be like
he was high on something.
It could be on drugs. Like, he has needles and he was trying to say something to conceal, he was trying to hide it, but it's already on the video.
The Koreans caught that. Yeah.
They caught it in a heartbeat. And my thing is, instead of him being so out there to just pull her down, it takes so much energy to do that. There's a saying in Igbo language.
You said it before. Say it again. Say it in English.
Okay, in English it means who's holding someone on the ground is holding themselves on self on the ground.
Yes, you cannot sleep now. A child, ọmọ tó ní ìyá òun, pé kò ní sùn.
The child said
Kò
that you
ní
will.
oorun. The child will not see sleep either.
So my thing is, all that energy he's invested, he can actually, like, now that content creating is what he really wants to do.
That's what he wants to do now. Did he say that?
I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what he's not doing anything else.
Because that would tell us everything we need to know. If that's what he's trying to do.
So my thing, and just like Ben mentioned earlier, like whenever he's trying to put something out, people are not interested. The only thing that comes there is the Korra situation, because he really doesn't have the personality. But my thing is, he can really hone his craft of this chiropractic thing. He can really focus on honing that craft. He can really try to establish that business. Since he has to.
He has the audience.
And he can actually, like, for real, be honest with himself behind the stage and behind the scenes, and really go seek help because something is off. He needs to seek professional help, if not for anything. Honestly, for the life of those kids, since he's saying, "Oh, for my girls, my girls," let that show that he really cares about his girls. Right now, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Put in that work.
Yeah.
And he will be so amazed in the amount of peace he will find in his life when he finally just forgets all this craziness and just seek for the betterment of his children, and figuring out whatever his issues are, whether it's addiction, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whatever it is mentally that he needs to seek help with. He needs to go and seek that help and move on with his life, So that's my take on that. And then when it comes to this other, Russell situation, the best thing it will be for people that are single parents like myself to have it's work, but to establish a good co-parenting relationship with their children's father. It makes the world of a difference. It helps to reduce the amount of wahala. Just like Beno mentioned, situations where if something doesn't work out, it takes a simple phone call. Like if there's a scheduled conflict, you just call the other person, and in my situation we're flexible, and then it would just be a back-to-back weekend that other person will have, because just
be flexible like that. Yes,
it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And, that's my own take on it. Like,
yeah,
the main thing is my children. I just want them to have the best normal life they can have, regardless of whatever my situation is. So
thank you so much. I appreciate you for elevating the conversation today. This conversation would not be the same if I didn't have a Korean on the stage with me. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Inye.
Thank you.
All right, talk soon. Happy Mother's Day again. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, great, awesome. So everybody, please, Natsu just decided to sponsor the show too. So alongside with Latu supported the show earlier. She said $5. Happy Mother's Day to all my ladies in the house. Natsu is adding on to that. She said this was a long show on me. Thank you so much, Natsu. I appreciate you as always. Well, everybody, please do me a favor. Go support Natsu. She has this stuff going on, but she also has a foundation where she's supporting the treatment of breast cancer in Nigeria. So please reach out to her. These are the information that she has on the page right there. Take a screenshot of it real quick while I round up the show. Shout out to Holy Mary again. Holy Mary was around. You could tell she's a diehard Korean. She said earlier, brother, I don't think you have been following this Korra issue. What the lady is saying is the gospel truth, and not a lot of people do their research or read her book or follow any of their social media pages to know. I think she said the real deal or something to end that statement. And then she goes ahead, she says, Korra paid $40,000 of his student loan and still paid him $50,000 as settlement after the divorce. Even after the divorce, she hasn't rested because he keeps looking for ways to frustrate him. Thank you, Oli Mary. Here's the other angle that I want you to pay attention to with what we come here to do. All right. There are evil people out there, outright evil people. Okay. Sometimes you are married to them. Majority of time, you're not married to an evil person. You're just married to a hurt person. Okay, a hurt person, a person that does not, just like you, did not think it was appropriate for them to get some skills before they go into marriage. Most of the time, that's what happens. I don't know what the case of, what the actual case of, I don't know what the actual case of Justin and Korra is. At the end of the day, even at the end of this 3-4 hour show, at the end of the day, we're still assuming. It's still an assumption. This is just business. We're in a content creation business. I am a coach also, and I coach people in marriage, but this is part of our marketing, you know, and we try our best to be as clean cut as possible when we're doing our shalaye, but there's only so much of shalaye I can do. So to answer your question, no, I don't necessarily go do extra research before I have opinions about some of this stuff, because ultimately I'm not really having opinions about that person's life. I'm having an opinion on the subject matter as far as we can see at the trending level. Okay, so pardon me if it seems like we don't do the justice or anything like that. We just you know, we're trying to put our own quota at a public level, not particularly to them personally, you know. So, but even at that, as you can see, Korra and the Koreans are on the other better hand of this conversation, you know, even on this platform. But not just because we want to take her side, it's because after assessing this situation at the public level, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. After assessing it, it just makes sense that this guy is a troublemaker. It just makes sense, you know, not just because I am emotionally engaged in Korra's end of the story. Okay, if she's emotional, if her fans are emotional, they have the right to be emotional. The people that are following her, they can relate at an emotional level. That's why they are following her, and that's understandable. But the reality when it comes to relationships is that everybody's situation is unique. Shout out to Latu. She's supporting Latu. Yes, a long show. Oh, wow. You guys are the best. I know what you want me to do. I know. Are you happy now? Thank you so much. I appreciate you all right, so yeah, so that's what we try to do here. We just try to tackle some of these conversations from a standpoint of you're not a victim. You might have been a victim of a person, but at this moment in time, I want to empower you. I want you to know that, quote unquote, that evil person, if, for example, let's say in your own opinion, you have a Justin in your life, that person does not have as much power as you think they have. Okay? They're weak. Okay? But that's not exactly true if you don't know what you're doing. That's not exactly true. So you better know what you're doing. And sometimes it could be a process to get out of the funk. Once you marry a person who is just going to try to drag you for filth, they're going to weaponize your children and stuff. So you're going to need strategy. Okay? You're going to need strategy on how you move forward. And your emotions are not, it's not strategy. Okay? That's just your emotions. Your emotions are valid, but they're not going to help you if you get stuck in it. You need to rise above it. And then you need to get some knowledge, some wisdom, some strategy, right? You need to be intentional from an emotional intelligence standpoint. That is going to be key for you to move forward. If you get stuck in the funk of the hate that you have for that person, you will self-destruct. And I know that sounds unfair. But yeah, in love and war, all is fair. You know, that's just the reality. Welcome to the real world, sadly. But if you follow my lead and what I'm telling you is a different angle, you engage your power. Immediately, you engage your power. right? And then you let that person self-destruct because they're probably going to get triggered the opposite direction because they'll be confused. They won't know because they're used to you overreacting to their triggers, and now they'll be confused. You create confusion for them. So there's a whole strategy, a series of strategy around that. So there's a whole coaching program around that. Just want to let you know that, okay? But I want to say thank you for everybody. Yes. So no, we look at what's trendy and we cover it. The reason why it's trending. The reason why I said it because you can relate at that surface level, not doing research. At that surface level, with whatever celebrity you can relate. And we want to address why you can relate for you, not for the celebrity, because the celebrity is it's not my client, so it is what it is. But yes, thank you for everybody for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Right after this segment, there's a video that it will automatically redirect you to. In case you missed yesterday's session, we also talked about Korra Obidi when she initiated. As a matter of fact, I just got an email notification. Arrow left earlier to go watch the other video. She said as of yesterday, Meta, that's Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, they totally demonized our Facebook page as of yesterday. So that's sad. That's somebody's livelihood. There's no way anybody in their normal mind, normal sense, should rejoice ever over that. And that's sad, you know. But these are the things that can happen when these are the kind of after divorce effect that can happen. In your own world, it might not be content creation per se. It might be something else entirely. But something like this, you might have an ex-partner who used to be a best friend, somebody you had your head in your bosom. They might try to drag you like this. If you react from a place of emotions, you will hurt yourself. You need to have a strategy on how you move forward from that point in time. And sometimes when we tell you that, it sounds like we're attacking the victim. No. We're just telling you there's more to what you can see from a place of emotions, and we're trying to get your attention to that space, you know. So yeah, let me see. Latte says, why do I have a feeling that his boxer will stink? That's funny. You are funny, lad. You are very, very all right. I hope she has a Patreon account as a backup. I hope so. You know, she should go and start a school on school.com and have a community and monetize that. She has some things she can teach, you know, out there. But yes, do me a favor on your way out. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, follow. Turn up your notifications so you are notified whenever we go live or drop videos. Like I said, I do have a video right after this. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Hi, I'm Lola.
And this is Ola from Man of Prestige.
Did you know that nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Studies also show that children raised in two-parent households tend to thrive.
If you're struggling in a broken relationship or marriage, you're not alone in facing these challenges.
But having a solid support system is crucial. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.